Hey, everybody. I couldn't sleep. I know it wasn't much notice, just a few minutes, but I couldn't sleep, so I figured I'd come live. Um, I'm going to take you into the intro and then I'll be right back.
Home in the valley, home in the city, home isn't pretty, ain't no home for me. Home in the darkness, home on the highway, home isn't my way, home I'll never be. Burn out day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Time is the essence, time is the season, time ain't no reason, got no time to show. Time everlasting, time to play these sides. Time ain't on my side, time I'll never know. Burn out day, burn out the night. Now I want to tell you what's wrong from what's right. I've seen suns that were freezing and lives that were blue. But I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. Burn out day, burn out the night. Can't see no reason to put up a fight. I'm living for giving the devil his due. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you. I'm burning for you.
Alrighty. Let me make sure you all can hear me. Okay, let me shut this off. Clear the screen. So how was everybody's Monday? I sure hope it was better than mine. It was a day. It was a day. That's for sure. It was a day. Oh, okay. Hey, Hope, how are you? Hey, Lady Starfire. Hey, Make Music City Mom. Hey, Leo the Lioness. Hey, Stephanie. Debbie Doodles in the house. Be Still. Teresa. Kimberly. Freeside, it's good to see you. It's been a minute. How are you? Hey, Darcy. I think I did Teresa, but I'll do you again. Sargasm. I know who that is. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Mystic. Language of Horses. Hey. AKA, I knew who you were. I know who my mods are. It's good to see you. How are you? Hey, Starry Night. Sweet Tea and Sunflowers. Love the name. Hi, Aaron. Sherry P. So, I just hope y'all's Monday was better than mine. That's all. Hey, Emma and Greg, how are you? Um, it's just today. Anyway, so Betty is going to be filing a new lawsuit. Hey, Casual Art. I'm sure y'all know by now. You know she's going to sue her neighbor, right? Because her neighbor's little dogs, supposedly, according to the police call, attacked and bit her. They're little dogs. They're like little Chihuahua dogs. Um, I'm sure you guys have seen it. I think Savage played it. I think Queen played some of it. It's not a long one. I may just play a little bit of it just so maybe I can laugh. I could use a good laugh. Oh, who knows? Oh, yeah, she's definitely going to sue. No doubt about it. I mean, and she's not injured, and her dog's not injured. And I'm already working on the police report. I have the report number. I have the date, the time, the actual report number. She called them at 16:20 for a dog bite slash attack. And she keeps saying, pressing the point where my neighbor has a new house. They have a nice house. They have nice house here. She's seeing dollar signs. She's seeing dollar signs. She got a little scrape on her knee, very tiny, but oh, she shoves that knee up all up in the camera for everybody to see. And she claims she has puncture wounds, but you don't see them. Um, but she will try to sue for, hey, Nevada gal. She sure did. Oh, she's going to sue. She's already laying the groundwork for the emotional distress. She's got to go to stay at her mother's with the dog. She came to stay at her own house now. Now, these neighbors have been there for quite a while. The dogs have been there for quite a while. Hey, SG. Oh, she's been using that puppy's been her grift since she got that puppy. The minute that puppy quits making her money, then I'll worry about the puppy. But right now, Betty will take care of that dog. I can't stand people that do nothing but sit around and look for reasons to sue. I mean, I get it if you're seriously hurt, because dog bites aren't no joke. If you're seriously hurt, I totally get it. If the dogs, came on your property and were running free and attacked you and you're seriously hurt, where you had to go to ER and get stitches and all that crap and go through the rabies, well, you won't have to go through the rabies because they're her neighbor's dogs. She knows they have their shots. But, that's not the case. But you can bet she will try to take them people for everything she can. Because, they're responsible property owners. They have insurance. Of course, Betty doesn't. We'll play a little bit of it. But Smiley, I really wanted to be done with you. And then you had to go and do another video and put out a bunch of misinformation and disinformation and, oh, Lord. I think this is the one where she talks about her dog bite. Of course, all drama in while her thumbnail says about Sebastian Rogers' case and mailing out flyers that she was supposed to mail out a month ago that were given to her flyers and that were outdated with the wrong info on them. and bracelets that Seth gave her when she was in Tennessee. And she was supposed to mail them out then. And then she made up some excuse on her community tab about running out of envelopes, so she couldn't mail them all. Wasn't that convenient? But we'll just watch about the dog bite. Like I said, if she would have seriously got hurt, I totally get it. But she's not hurt. And thankfully, little Delilah's not hurt. I care more about that dog.
I had the oil change in the car that needed to be had. I had several errands I had to run today. I've just been
Well, it's called real life, Betty. It's called real life and taking care of business. You went out of the house looking like that? Okay. All right. Whatever.
like $1 to mail, it's like
Hey,
five.
Marcy.
Some of them were
Hey,
five. I
Nevada.
didn't
I
quite get
think I
that,
got you. Hey,
but
Laura.
some of them were
But just in
5.55.
case,
Some
hey,
were
Nevada
some
girl.
5. Yeah, 5.55. Some
Tuesday's
were
on.
5.45.
Oh,
Some were
good name.
5.35. It was really weird,
Oh, don't
but I think it
worry. I am praying that the police officer had his body cam on. Because, see, I only live a couple hours from her. Um, if need be, I'll drive to the police station, but they're not going to. They have to email you the body cam footage. Um, but don't. I already have the police report number and everything else. Hey, Layla. Um, working on getting the stuff from Tennessee. I'm working on that now. Hey, Devious. Good to see you. How are you? Hey, J Dob. You're having a storm? Oh, be safe. Yeah. And I'm trying to take care of a million things. I'm so worried about my son's eye. Oh, God. Tomorrow we go to multiple doctors because he also has his uh, visit for his post op visit for his teeth. Or, anyway. And then I'm going to shoot to the pediatricians and then it's just, I don't know. And then it's a busy week trying to. I got to go to school and do meet the teacher, pick up my daughter's tablet for school, and I got to finish getting school stuff. And then her birthday's this weekend, and she doesn't not let me forget, but she's so sweet about it because she just let me know that hey, since she is 9 in a couple days, that she's grown now and she can, she's good, and I don't have to do so much for her. She, yeah, got a mouth, but she's got a surprise coming. She don't know about for her birthday, and it's what she really wanted to do for her. Well, one of the things she wanted, she always because I always harp about choices. That way people, know what, have a choice on what to get you. Wow, she uses that on me. Don't think your kids don't listen to you. They do. They just listen to the stuff you really don't want them to, so they can just throw it back in your face. But yeah, so one of the choices that she had on her birthday want to do list, she doesn't know she's getting or doing. But Legoland and the Legoland water park was just not with school and everything. That's all right. Daytona Lagoon will be fun. She loves it there. I had I'm ordering her cake. It's just a small one. I'm not even gonna bother. I don't have. I'm just not making one this year. And she'll like it. I am here. When BHP was showing her scratch dog bite and the bruise on her knee, it just reminded me of a child showing someone their boo boo. Yeah, my little boy gets worse boo boos from that. Yeah, that was nothing. Hey, Enid, I couldn't believe. I was like, "This is what you're crying about," because dog bites can be, but they're not those kind of dog bites. And then we're gonna look at Smiley because oh, she pissed me off.
it was the stock paper that had to do with it
Oh,
because I
she's
ran
still
out of
crying.
flyers, but I still had bands, so I printed off stuff like that.
Oh, Betty,
True
shush
crime
up.
addict. I'm a little traumatized. I got the neighbor next door bit me.
You see that? Look. That's not even that barely broke the skin. Okay, I got to pause when it's coming up. See that? Look, that's. But she's going to sue. She's going to sue the pants off them people.
Um, and obviously, if the dog wanted to do damage, it would have done more damage than that. We know
Yeah,
dog bites.
Betty, they're little dogs. You're well aware of the neighbors' dogs. It's not like they just moved there yesterday. They're little dogs. And you acted like you called the police twice, which you demanded animal control be called. Now that has to be reported to the Department of Health, and there has to be a quarantine till the dog's records, uh, vaccination records are produced. You're an idiot.
It could have been a lot worse than it was.
Hey, sweetie
But
cakes.
once again, I don't remember if you guys remember when I was talking about how I had Delilah in the backyard. The neighbors' dogs, the mean dogs, came in the backyard, and I had to scoop Delilah, and they showed their teeth, and I was about to kick one of them right in the face. Well, this afternoon,
You have a fenced in backyard, don't you? And why? And honestly, why haven't you not went to your neighbors and said, "Hey, control your dogs"? I mean, that's the neighborly thing to do. Let them know what's going on. Don't worry. I'm also checking with animal control to see if there's been a bunch of complaints about these dogs, like you claim. We're gonna find out all the deets. I already got my request in, dear.
I was out front,
Hey, Spitfire.
and
Hey, Lisa.
I don't. She
Hey,
doesn't get too
Tang.
far from me. I mean, when I have her on the leash, she stays as far on the leash when I'm out front as she does, any other time. But I don't really put her on the leash in the front yard because she stays in the front yard. She doesn't get too far from me, like 5 feet. She's just a puppy. I mean, I have to call her, and she's got to move around and be comfortable because she's got to poop and pee. And so I mean, everything happened in such a split second, and I saw those dogs, and Delilah saw the dogs, and she knows she was fearful the minute that they got on the property, and so I'm trying to grab her, and she's already running for dear life because they are literally charging directly at her, and they ended up coming up to me, and like I said, I got bit, but it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. It's already starting to bruise.
Oh
It's
my
already starting to
God.
bruise.
Y'all
And
see that? Look at that. Betty. Mm, yeah, exactly, Lisa. Hey, Beth. Hey, Michelle.
and
If you're asking me if a dealer would call
Oh, of
me and say,
course.
"How's your
Betty and her commercials.
time those dogs have bit me, they bit me, like a year or a year and a half ago. One of them did, the one that's vicious. But this time they almost got Layla or Delilah. I keep calling her Layla. I don't know why I keep calling her Layla. My big lab that I
Hey,
used to
Darcy.
have was Layla. But
Hey, Teapack.
it was very, very scary. It was caught, like I gave
Betty. They are little ankle biters. They are little dogs. Your dog is not traumatized. You're not traumatized. You see dollar signs. And I'm going to prove it. But how much you want to make a bet? Betty's already working on the court filing. Probably will be ready to file it tomorrow. Hey, Maureen.
the animal services, the Ring doorbell footage. It happened in a split second, and I can't play it because it upsets Delilah. Like you
Okay,
hear her.
you can't play it because it upsets Delilah. It's a dog, Betty. Leave the room to play the couple second video. That's not the real reason, Betty, is it? Hmm. How's Delilah going to know what the hell you're playing on your channel?
Like squealing for dear life, and I have never seen her so terrified. She ended up pooping on all over herself.
Yeah, because I'm sure Betty made it worse for the poor dog. Enianka, hey Gma, and did I say your name right, Enianka? Thanks a lot, JR. Hey Scooter, created a monster. He did when he couldn't control.
So,
She's filing suit against him too, allegedly. So she claims.
it scared literally the crap
My
out of her.
device
Like
is
her
plugged in.
eyes
What are
were
you
like
talking about?
bulging out of her head. She thought she was about to die.
Oh, Betty, she did
She
not.
was scared half to death.
Stop it. She's a puppy. She did not. Stop it. You don't have to dramatize. And I was under the told. Now I don't know if this is true, but allegedly, someone in her chat sent her a substantial donation to get her fence fixed. Oh my lord. Had she had homeowners insurance like any responsible homeowner would, when the hurricane allegedly damaged her fence, she'd have got it fixed. But yeah, I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying rumor has it. Since Betty likes to do rumors, I'm not much on the rumor mill, but allegedly somebody in her chat sent her a very nice donation. How much you want to make a bet she don't get a fence? I mean, she's Joe Carpenter. Well, why is she not fixing the fence? You know? I'm just asking. Come on now, stay charging. Oh, if that charger doesn't get here, I'm going to lose my freaking mind. Ugh. Why am I having such a hard time tonight? Anyway, let's get listening to
It
Betty.
scared me half to death. Those dogs just started just like coming after me, and I ended up throwing her in the door and grabbing my broom. And I'm telling you, like I told the officers, I said I've never feared for myself like that
Hey,
ever
Nursey.
on my.
Never feared for yourself. Betty, they're little long haired chihuahuas. They're little dogs. What the hell are you talking about? In order for them to have bit your hand, you would have had to have bent down and reached down to them dogs. Maybe they thought one of them thought you was going to hurt them. I don't know. But in order for your hand would have had to have been in the way. They're little ankle biters.
On my own property.
They're lap dogs. You know how long I've wanted a little ankle biter, a lap dog? Forever.
And I told him, I said, the next
Hey,
time
the
those
runway
dogs come
troop.
on here and I fear for my safety or my dog's safety, I said, I hate to tell you that, but there's going to be a dead dog in my front yard. And I know there's a lot of people, you don't ever want to have to be faced with that, but I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you what. That's a little dog. Those dogs are under 8 pounds, Betty. If you'd have shot one of them dogs, you'd have been in trouble. Because there is no way you feared for your life from an 8-pound little long-haired chihuahua. And of course, she's going to disagree with the animal control officer about what they were.
The video, it was scary. It was very, 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 very scary. And it happened in a split second. Like Delilah could have been dead if I didn't grab her when I did. And I don't understand.
Well, I'm glad they didn't get a hold of Delilah. But Delilah was safe. So stop the drama. And apparently you must have went at those dogs with your hand, because there's no way they could have reached your hand. They're tiny.
Dogs that mean, but they know their dogs are mean. And it's like, I'm not trying to take dogs away from owners. It's just you got to keep your stupid.
Oh, Betty, you bitched about them dogs now for a couple of years. Stop it. And don't worry, I'm sure your neighbors will have all the proof of that. Because I don't think you're going to get what you think you're going to out of this lawsuit, Betty, either. They may pay you just to make you go away. which you're happy with that. To you, that's a big win.
Dogs, you know that they're
Total
vicious.
Karen.
So you need to have barriers upon barriers upon barriers
Shima.
if you're going to. I mean, it
AWS
skinned my
Shima.
whole knee. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see that. Like I got a skinned knee. I mean, it was traumatic. I'll put the video up. It's only like 10
Midnight
seconds.
Rocker.
But you can
Small
hear
town
literally. Oh,
girl.
thank you guys. That wasn't necessary, but
Okay. Betty's not going to get a real job. Betty doesn't have a very extensive work history for a reason. Yeah. I had people like her that I fired. I'm not going to lie. That I fired. Hey,
I appreciate
Cloves.
it. I love you guys. And I got to tell you, um, it was just traumatic, and she
Oh
hasn't left
my
my
God.
side since. So I just decided.
Because you're probably making it worse for the puppy. She's a puppy. She's a doggy. That's not going to phase her a bit. She's going to go right back outside. You're the one making it worse.
I'm scared that she's not going to go out in the front yard. So I called my mom. I think I'm just going to go pack a bag and go stay at my mom's house tonight. To be honest with you, I'm a little shook up over it.
Oh my God. This is a 45-year-old woman who had two little dogs come into her yard barking and running after her dog. So now she's going to pack a bag because she's so traumatized she can't stay in her house. Because her dog might not go to the bathroom in the yard again. Is she freaking kidding me? Am I hey Deborah, hey Runs, am I in an ultimate universe? Hey Ryan, I've got to be.
It was hard, and I'm going to tell you guys.
I didn't put Betty in the thumbnail, but I will change it. I'm not changing my thumbnail. I'm going to just put it in the description. I didn't plan on talking about this, but I figured why not. Oh, while I'm thinking about it before I forget again. I really didn't want to cover Laura. Oh, Exploding Candle Lady. Hey, JLR Superfan. I really did not want to cover her with the stuff. I said my piece about it, and that's that. But man, and I don't sub her. I never have. I don't watch much of her. The only time I've watched her is when the couple times that I reviewed her. But I wanted to see. I've seen a lot from the clip channels from everybody else. So I figure, well, I want to see if she's finally gonna, stand on it, own her shit, and be sincere about her apology. Yeah, no fucking way, man. I do not believe the shit that came out of her mouth today. I really don't. And I wanted to review it, but I don't know. I think Makeup Monster is the one who, I don't want to interfere. You know what I mean? I don't want to. But she actually thinks that there was no harm done. She really thinks that. She's so brainless. I'm gonna reach out to MM because I would like to review the stream she did today. But I don't, like I said, this happened to MM, and MM is the one who, trumps anybody in this case as far as I'm concerned, because it was done to her and her family. But she's so lucky I couldn't jump. And then I only listened to like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of it. I had to check out. I was busy anyway, but I wasn't watching the chat and stuff because I was busy, but I was just listening. I wanted to jump through that screen and smack her and say, "What the hell's wrong with you, girl? What do you mean you don't think there was no harm done?" Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, enough of my rant about her.
It's
Let's
going to
get
be
back to the
rough when
dog
you
bite.
guys watch it. It's going to be pretty rough. There's not a whole lot to see,
But
but you
I
can.
also, she's full of shit. I don't know MM personally, just from, on YouTube. I've watched her for, about a year and a half, 2 years now. I do not believe that she would ever, ever support anybody threatening her or destroying her business. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it.
Can hear a whole lot. It was 10 seconds, and it was longer than that, but it was what captured on my Ring doorbell camera was 10 seconds of pure fear.
This was 10 seconds, people. Hey, Rachel. 10 seconds. Can you count 10 seconds? That's how long this traumatic nightmare lasted, was 10 seconds. Now, if it would have been a dog like mine, a 78-pounder with some humongous teeth, I could even get being traumatized, but not this.
you know and it just made me realize how it like.
Hi, we're Visible. Getting set to travel this summer and need a wireless plan that'll keep you connected on the go?
Those dogs, for some reason, I'm not sure why I'm freezing up on here. I've been freezing. Maybe it's my internet. I was trying to load some court documents and it was freezing up on me. I'm hoping Delilah didn't get back there and do something with my cords. Maybe I need to look at my internet. Oh, good gracious. But she just won't stop sleeping right now. She wouldn't leave my side. You put her down, she started squealing. She would not, like, she wanted to be in my hands. She would not let me put her down. We went through the whole entire process. Animal service had to come out here. They had to take a report. And then I might have to have a call from the Department of Health. And I'm like, why do I need it? They're like, well, because it's a bite mark. And, even if it's insignificant, it's a bite. So now the Department of Health is involved. So it's like, I had no idea. I don't know when these protocols came in place. I mean, I remember getting bitten by a dog before, and I don't remember having to deal with the Department of Health. But apparently we got to deal with the Department of Health now. So yay me. But I tell you what, when those dogs, you can see the dog like just coming at me in the video in that split second. So, and I didn't realize.
But and something else, by the way. Hey, Andy. You all know I showed you, hey, Duchess, the other night about the stuff going on with Tony's 2 a.m. crew. And Delta left all them and was against them and stuff, the alleged lawyer / repo man. Well, guess what? I've been recording them tonight. He is back with the rest of Tony's crew and back with Tony because he got busted out for some shit, which I'm going to play you. You guys are not going to believe it. But he actually does admit he's not a lawyer either. Anyway, we'll get to that.
But I went back and looked at the videos and they were running out. But I shouldn't have to check my videos to find out if it's safe to come out of my front door. Hey, Cheeky Chops. The dogs are...
Betty, they are ankle biters. It was a whole 10 seconds. You are not injured, thank God. Your little doggy is not injured, thankfully. Move on. But you're not going to do that. You're going to go file a lawsuit.
Across the street, they're not big dogs, but they're mean dogs. And they were trying to attack my puppy. It was very traumatic. It was very traumatic. But I would play it for you, but it upsets her. Like, she starts, when she hears it.
Betty, the dog will not know what you're playing on your YouTube channel. Stop it. There's a reason you're not playing that video. The 10-second video you have. There's a reason, and it's not because of your puppy.
When you guys hear it, you'll understand. So I can't play it around.
Oh, yeah. She's already set up for emotional distress damages. Just wait. She's getting to it. Hey, Terry. Good to see you.
play because she starts literally screaming in my lap, right? Like, because I played it for I had to play it for the cops.
Yeah, but Kim, don't tell her that, because then she might have to actually use them cameras. Your Kiwi mate, cool, like the name.
And she started wailing again. Like, it scared the crap out of her. And by the way, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. God bless you for that.
Oh my God,
And
Betty, she's a puppy. Oh my Lord. Okay. You better pack your bag. Go to your mama's. You're 45. They are little ankle biters. And you're going to go run to your mama's house? Like I said, I could understand it if it was like a dog like mine, a 78-pound horse who has massive teeth. But for them dogs to have gotten your hand, that one dog, you had to have put your hand down there. They couldn't have reached your hand, Betty. They're not big enough.
it was just, I don't know what to say. And people are probably going to tear me apart for saying it. But
You do, super fan? Because, she's never going to give that man back his fork. Time for the truth. Nah, Laura won't delete her channel. If anything, she'll hide it. But, she had to expect. You know what? Honestly, no. She didn't expect. She thought this would just blow over and it'd be nothing. But it is something. Until you've gone through it, you don't understand it. Now her channel's still here. Ah. But today's live is not. Oh, wait, it might be. Maybe it was yesterday's. Maybe I'm wrong. It may have been yesterday's live, streamed one day ago. Well, they would be one day ago because it is a new day right now. But yeah. Like I said, I just, because look, y'all know my situation, right? Y'all know that I was a foster and that I'm in the process of adopting. But for her to think that it caused no harm, do you know how many times that before the case was closed and we started the adoption process, when they were in the system, just under our care, how many calls were made by their dad? How many times my daughter was pulled out of her classroom to the point where she would get scared when someone would come to the classroom door because she thought they were coming to get her. So don't tell me false complaints don't cause any harm. They very much do.
Sorry, if it comes down to their dog or my dog,
I mean, it did get to the point, where case management was like, they couldn't get him to stop. The judge couldn't get him to stop. Nothing would work. He just stopped on his own, and then he'll do it again. Then he'll stop. Then he'll do it again. But he hasn't since the case closed, because they won't listen to him no more. But it's just, it's a lot to constantly go through. One time is one time too many.
I'm sorry, their dog's gone. I hope it doesn't get to that point.
Oh, you want the dog put down? You want the dog to... Betty, they're not going to do that over one incident. They are not going to put that dog down over one incident, and they're not going to impound that dog. Is that what you want done? I got to back that up. No, she don't. Oh, my Lord. So that's what she's going to do. Mark my words. She's going to hold this over those neighbors' heads and say, if you want to keep that dog, this is what you're going to give me. Mark my words.
Saying it, but I'm sorry. If it comes down to their dog or my dog, I'm sorry, their dog's gone. I hope it doesn't get to that point.
Maybe fix your fence, Betty, so no one can get in your yard. You're the one who's too lazy and too cheap to fix your fence.
I hope they just take care of their dog. Do that. That invisible fence. Like, when I don't even understand it because they have this freaking expensive. I mean, when they built that house, they put this expensive gate up, and it even has wheels and everything. I think it might even be electronic. It might not
And she's going to let you know how expensive and nice their house is. She's going to say it many times. Hey, Kim.
be. They may have to just wheel it shut. But literally, they should be able to wheel that shut. There should be no reason for that gate to be open. That's what somebody was telling me. I did have, but I wasn't, you don't think to take pepper spray. I just got pepper spray. You don't think to take pepper spray, out to your front yard. Like, when you guys see how close to my freaking front door I was when they were attacking me.
Well, if you were that close to your front door, why didn't you just go in the front door? Why would you just put your dog inside the door and stay out there? Why would you not go inside with your dog, Betty? If you had time to put the dog in, then you had time to get yourself in at the same time. I don't because you were looking for. I'm sorry, but look, she had time to put that dog inside and shut the door. Why did she not go inside with the dog? Think about that for a minute.
Realize that this stuff happens so quickly. I mean, even if I had pepper spray, I don't know if I'd had a time to use it.
It was 10 seconds, Betty.
If you need insurance from a change in life, like you left your job, got a husband or wife, if you turn
Got
26,
our ads on high, people.
So it was very, very, very traumatic. It was awful,
Oh my
and
Lord.
I was mortified because they weren't home. The neighbors weren't home to control their dogs.
Well,
So if they would have gotten a hold of Delilah,
if they weren't home, what were their dogs doing out running the neighborhood? See, I got questions, and I'll find that out from animal control. Not from you, because sadly, I can't believe anything you say.
it wouldn't have stopped until I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about
Yes,
it.
you
All I know
do.
is that I don't want to see those dogs in my yard again. I think I've made that crystal clear to them. I've made it clear to everybody. I don't want to see those dogs in my yard again. They've done enough damage. Like, my puppy is like literally mortified. She's having a hard time going in the backyard because of what happened in the backyard, and now this just happened.
Nothing happened in the backyard, though, Betty.
Okay.
Oh my
It just
God.
rolls off the tongue.
Hey, Steph.
It just, ooh, that just reminded me. Where's my
Exactly,
shirt?
Darcy. Why would you not go in the house with your dog? Why would you stay out there and put your hand down where them little dogs could get to your hand? Because there's no way they jumped up and reached your hand. They're little dogs. Wait, you're going to find out how little. And see, I know that a couple of our neighbors have dogs. I know on one side down the street they have small dogs that are like 10 to 15 pounds, but these are not those neighbors. These ones are even smaller than that. And when I was a kid, my best friend, her mother had a chihuahua that was meaner than hell. That little sucker would chase me home every day, nipping at my ankles. But he never hurt me. I mean, his mouth couldn't even fit around my ankle. He was a little tiny chihuahua. But I was a kid, A-Wing 0. And I would run, and of course he gonna run after me. I just don't understand. She put her dog in the house and shut the door, but not herself.
So, yeah, she's sleeping, but I figured maybe just getting her out of the house for the night. I'm gonna pack up a bag and go over.
Oh my God, Betty, it's a puppy. She doesn't need to be taken out of that. Oh my God, I can hear her now at the courtroom. Judge, Nursey Kins, listen to her. Judge, I had to take my baby to my mama's house for the night because she was just so traumatized. but she's laying there sleeping. And she'll go right back out in that yard tomorrow. Oh my God. Hey,
And
Revival.
just hang out with her for the night. But I figured I'd come here because I realized that her,
You know what, Scooter? Just to be a cocky ass, I'm going to put that in the FOIA request. I'm going to demand forensics be ran. Because I want to know what percentage of Chihuahua these dogs are. I want to know how big their teeth are, how much of a bite they can do. I want it all.
came out from under the covers.
That dog is fine. And I'm glad she is,
like,
Betty, because really I don't want to see anything happen to your little doggy. So I am glad she's fine. Because she is sweet, unlike her owner.
Apparently, I'm keeping her up. She wants to sleep. She's had a very eventful day.
No,
but
she
I
won't
gotta
do
tell
that,
you,
Layla.
like looking at her and seeing the fear, like her.
Oh, I'm praying that those officers' body cams were on. I really, really am. I have the report number. I have what officers responded, what kind of call. What I have the basic, but I will get it all for us. Don't worry. She only lives a couple hours from me. Like I said, it won't be hard. I've already started the steps. I can tell you what time the call went in, which was 16:20. Or I mean 18:20, which is 6:20. Anyway, 6:20. I keep doing it military time because that's what they do. Like, but and it went in as a dog bite / attack.
Eyeballs were like literally bulging out of her face. Like I had never been so. I was fearful for her because she was so fearful looking.
Betty, she's a puppy. This was a whole 10 seconds. And part of the 10 seconds, you had the dog in the house. You put the dog in the house, but not yourself. Okay.
I didn't know if she had already been bitten.
And you know them little ankle biters are going to go right through that door of hers, right? You know that, right? That's why she didn't go in the house. Then she had to bend down and give him her hand. So now she got reason to sue. And I'm sure if they do not give her what she wants, she will file a lawsuit.
What? I didn't know. Everything happened so quickly.
I mean, I'm assuming because this is what Betty does. Hey, KCG, she sues everybody. Well, here you go. This one just fell in her lap, so to speak, huh?
But anyways, that's not what
That's
we're here
it, Scooter.
for.
We need to see the street view. All house cams confiscated. This is a crime scene, folks. Yeah, she got herself a legit crime scene now. She can have all her forensics ran.
That just happened, and that's why I didn't come live a little bit earlier, is because I had a very, very busy day. I was meaning to come live at like noon, and then live again about this time, and I just didn't. But I did get to the post office. I did post who was getting it. So if you guys are wanting to know if you're part of this round, go look at the community post.
Oh, here we go again. Betty, you're sending them outdated flyers with misinformation on it that Seth gave you, and bracelets that Seth gave you, and then your subs paid for the shipping. I'm sure it wasn't much. I mean, that's nice of you to do. But you didn't send them all out, not because you ran out of envelopes, Betty. It's because you're a hoarder. You hoard that kind of stuff. I seen the binders you sleep with.
Then you will be receiving it however long it takes you guys to
Revival, where's Bobby with all the neighbors' first-hand testimony? Hey, Jessica. Hey, Linda.
receive it.
But I know somebody that lives in the same town as Betty, not far from Betty, who also has rental property close to BHB's Betty's. But yeah, Boy, there's so much I could say.
Oh, there is
You were so lucky I don't go real life, Betty. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky.
that. What else?
But I would never stoop to your level. Never. But you know what? A police report? I will. Body cam footage? Absolutely. That's doable. That's not going real life. It's exactly what you do to people. I'll make sure none of your personal information's in there. Would you do that, Betty? No. Oh, and guys, tomorrow we are doing the emails. Lord, are we going to have fun with that? Oh, I've been reading them and looking up clips. We are going to have fun with that. Those emails back and forth with Queen's attorney. We're going to break it all down.
Are you driving way
Oh
less
my
than you
gosh,
used to?
her
Do you have a
ads.
clean driving record? Are you over 25?
How does she
Do you not
do that? I don't
There's
think they run ads like that on my channel. I've never seen that many.
not really a whole lot going on. I'm still trying.
Oh, Brooks. Yeah, we're going to get there. Not today, but we're going to do Brooks too. These people need to chill out, man. They're shipbreaking out on TikTok. We got Betty's big traumatic dog bite. We got Slimy. We got Brooks. And gosh, I haven't even looked at the real nut job, Mama D. I haven't even looked at her lately. Then you got Laura, who's just brain dead. You know, I mean, there's just so much going on. Yeah, Rival, have you noticed she likes to do that? She keeps her hand there a lot. A lot. Yeah, YouTube streets are on. They need to slow down so I can catch up. I'm never going to catch up. But I have to devote some time to the frivolous lawsuit because it's just too good not to. It's just too good not to.
I know somebody reached out to me and said that there are several people that have photos of the forensic testing. If you guys know of a creator that has
Okay,
those,
number one, how would anybody get photos of the forensic testing that you're claiming was never done at the Proudfoot's home, even though Nick Barris has tried to tell you for months? He just didn't tell you what forensic testing was done. But how would anybody have those photos outside of law enforcement? I don't believe that, Betty. I don't believe that. That you're going to have to prove, and you're going to have to prove where they came from. Which means someone's going to be in some serious trouble because there's no way law enforcement released photos of any forensic anything.
photos or is using those photos in any way,
Forensic
would
testing.
you mind sending those to me? I'd like to take a look at them. I haven't seen them personally for myself. What do you mean? Please do not post the photo. It's a 10-second clip. All you see is the dogs, me, and you hear Delilah screaming.
Okay, so Delilah don't scream. She's a dog. Okay, you mean you were screaming. So in other words, there's nothing on the 10-second video. That's why she's not showing it. I told you she tells on herself. If you listen to Betty, she tells on herself. There's nothing on there to prove what she's claiming. So that's why she's not showing it. Has nothing to do with the doggy. You could turn on ad block for channels. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Devious, from allegedly somebody in her chat made a very hefty donation to her to take care of her fence for little Delilah. Yeah, what responsible would jeopardize the investigation? Betty. She would be more than happy to put them out. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. If those photos exist and they're real, oh well, that's and then great. That's because you pay for YouTube Premium. Is that what you mean? Hey, Dixie Normus. Yeah, I. They would have to prove to me that that's where they came from, and then if they could do that, I don't get involved with law enforcement or nothing, but you can bet your ass I will, because that means someone is leaking inside information in an active open case that really could jeopardize the case and jeopardize Sebastian coming home. Just regular YouTube? And I can block ads on a channel just for a specific channel? Really? If she's not going to give up that 10-second video because she just told on herself. It doesn't show anything.
You know, it's just, but I think it, I mean, I don't have to, that's the only way I
Oh
can't
my
play.
God, Toasty's going to have a ball with this. And as soon as my FOIA request goes through and I get it, I'm going to make sure she gets it.
For you guys on the live, that's what I was trying to say. I would have played it, but it's too traumatizing for Delilah.
Oh my God.
You know,
Betty, it is not. She doesn't know what you're playing on your YouTube channel. My cat is bigger than these dogs that you are so fearful of and can't stay in your home. My cat's 30 something pounds. He's bigger than it. Those dogs you're talking about. A lot bigger. I mean, he's just a big cat all over. But geez Louise.
she just, it was traumatizing for me. I will tell you that. It was very traumatizing for me because I think what was the most traumatizing about it is that it happened so quickly. And
Exactly. How did the dogs get out of according to Betty, they got an expensive gate. So how did they get out of a double fenced yard?
About things in how you're going to react
The dogs
in a situation, you know.
Hey, Rachel.
And my first thing is to protect the puppy, you know. And those dogs, they were coming after me too, you know. They were coming after me too. It's scary. I just, yeah, everything was just, you know, everything's just been rolling.
Yeah, she can, because you know what? There's times when Sir Duke is laying right beside me, and if she's cackling, I make sure he can't hear it, because honestly, I'm going to get bit. He just cannot handle her cackling. Hey, Casual Art. I think I said hi, but just in case.
Great today, you know. I mean, there was a few bumps in the day, a few frustrations and whatnot.
Tell me about
it. For the better, I mean, everything was
been a
pretty
Monday
chill.
from
You know,
hell.
there was nothing really major going on. I was actually like, you know, I got this done. You know, I was like checking the stuff off the list. You know what I'm saying? And just really.
Oh, you let me do that. Thank you, Layla.
I was like, boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm going through the.
Hey, little Irish girl. I so appreciate that, Layla.
Day. I mean, granted, you guys didn't see me because my day was been so busy, but I mean, for the most part, I kind of crap done today, like a lot of stuff. And
didn't you get her a new puppy crate?
And so, you know, it was just a normal, like you just don't expect. It's weird because your guard is so down.
No, it was 15 a month, but I just looked at what you were saying. I'm going to try that with that individual ad blocker. I'm going to try that. I used to do that for Swagbucks when I did Swagbucks, but that was different than doing YouTube. My concern is she going to cause the couple's chihuahua to be put down. I wouldn't put it past her. But what that's going to be, give me what I want, or I'm going to sue you and your dog's going to be gone. Watch. Mark my words.
You don't expect something to happen, and when you got to jump into action, it's like everything's I don't know. It's like the Tasmanian devil. I mean,
Hey,
really,
Blondie.
it's just that quick. It's like this whole upheaval and calm. It's like calm, upheaval, calm. It's the weirdest thing. And I got to tell you, I feel like I had some shock because I don't know how long I stood there before I even called anybody to say, because I was just tending to.
Oh my God, Betty, stop it with the dramatics. They were 2 little dogs and only one was mean to you. Probably because you stuck your hand in his freaking face. But stop the dramatics. You're not going for an Academy Award here. Oh, would I love to be, if you go to court and it goes to a jury trial, would I love to be on that jury? But I wouldn't because we're in different counties. But I could relocate to a hotel just for that jury. Mm-hmm.
To Delilah. Delilah was freaking
Oh, Layla,
out.
you're so
I had to
sweet.
wash her. She had just gotten a bath, and
Ooh,
she
come to think
defecated
of
all
it.
over herself. Like
Thank you for reminding me. I got to bath Bubba in the morning. How am I going to bath Bubba in the morning? I got to be out of this house by 8 o'clock. I'll bath him when I get home. I'll get it done.
It was awful. It was awful. I mean, granted, it was outside, but it was awful. All I wanted to do was just get her in the house and get her to safety. But anyways, it's
God.
not your food neighbor. Oh no!
I'll tell you what. When we first got Bubba years ago, me and Bubba were attacked several times by other dogs. Big dogs. I didn't go through what she did. Was I shook up at first? Yeah. I mean, those dogs were bigger than my Bubba. And my Bubba pushed me right out of the way, jumped in front of me, grabbed the one while the other one was biting on his back legs and stuff. He had the other dog by the neck, protected me. My neighbor, who's no longer a neighbor, thankfully wasn't there long, would just open their door up at night and let the dogs out. It's supposedly to stay in the yard, but they didn't stay in the yard. But they knew I walked my Bubba every night at the same time. Made sure because I knew how they were with their dogs. So, it was they knew what time I was going out. And, one night he wasn't thinking. He opened up the door. Then I found out that the reason they moved over here is because they were running from the section they lived in over in the L section because their dogs had attacked the neighbor's dogs. And they were running. They didn't want to lose their dogs. Yeah. And then the other neighbor, they didn't let their dogs out. They were in a fenced-in yard, but yeah, the dogs went right through the fence. They were big huskies, and they didn't do no harm, but the other ones did. So it is scary, and I've had Bubba go after another dog, but I didn't act like this. They were big dogs. These were ankle dogs.
Oh no, he's got Emily. That's the one that's right across the street.
Why do you have sunglasses on in your bed? Never mind.
The cameras that shine down here, and I pointed that out to them, to the animal guy or the animal gal, I should say. It's a gal, a really nice lady. And I pointed out to her, and I'm like, well, they probably have a better view of what happened than I do.
Oh, you mean it wasn't the one that you fought with a couple years ago when you were dumping your dogs off that you didn't want? Yeah, okay.
It literally shines on the whole freaking front yard over here. So they should have no problems being able to pull the footage and see exactly what happened. Because to be honest with you, it happened. So I don't know when this happened. I have
Why can't they use your 10-second video on your Ring doorbell, Betty? Huh? Because maybe it don't show what you're saying, huh, Betty? Maybe it didn't happen to the degree or what you're claiming, Betty. Is that why you won't show them your footage?
idea when this happened. All I know is I came in and I was holding her and I looked down and like it felt like a sting, and you can see it's not deep, but there was a little blood. You could see the blood in my little wrinkles, my hand. You could see the little blood going out of my hand. It was just.
Thank you, Hope.
It was just.
Yeah, guys, please hit that like button so we can get this video in that their algorithm. And sub up if you're not subbed up. I am so close to 3K. You could also join the best membership on YouTube. You can become a misfit. And we are the best misfits around.
A lot to deal with. So it was scary. But anyways, so Sebastian Rogers, many of you know, 15-year-old autistic boy disappeared from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, in his locked and very secured home. He was inside of it with his military retired mother.
I wish Savage would come in here. Hey, Pineapple. Hey, Johnson. I wish Savage would come in here. She got some stuff. She'd be cracking everybody up. Yep, need y'all to hit that like so we get this their video in that their algorithm.
That works for Brink's home security system.
Hey.
And yes, there was no home surveillance.
Oh, thank you, sweet tea.
Or security system.
Welcome to Poolside. You are now a Poolside misfit. And over here, we have all kinds of misfits. You can take your choice. You can be whatever you want to be. Wow. Johnson, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Pineapple Icicle Tree, Rebel Soul, Lady Starfire, Little Irish Girl, Sammy. Please thank Johnson for the gifted membership. And welcome to Poolside. You are now Poolside Misfits. If you got it, smoke it. Hey, Tia. Juno. Oh, thank you.
At all. Or anything to protect a medically needy child from other dangers. Just saying. Anyways, long story short.
Okay. You can't mix this in with your horrific, emotionally distressed, your dog bite situation.
That evening, she had a conversation with her husband that lasted an extended period of time, right around 9:43, 9:46 in the evening. And then after 11:30, closer to midnight, the whole house has kind of like a blackout phase. And then a couple hours later from that, there is some lights that appear to be coming from back behind the Proudfoot home that leads over to a
here we go again.
Vehicle that appears, based on everything I can see, to be a full-size SUV. However,
oh my God, I cannot do this with you again. I can't. You do this freaking shit. How many times a day? It is not a full-size SUV. Betty. I'm going to have Spanky call you out again. I just got to hear him call you Bullhorn Strangler. Twice wasn't enough. But we're not going to keep listening to you because I want to get into Smiley. Is that it for the dog bite? Because I can't argue this shit with you tonight. I cannot.
However, all you really see is the back hatch and the front lights. So
it is not a back hatch, you dingbat. If anything, it's a freaking pickup truck. But because the video is such poor quality, and also no date or timestamp, so you don't even know when it was from, and you only seen a couple seconds of a 15-minute video. And even Seth has tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen.
Oh, you really can't tell, what type SUV it is. But when you do compare,
oh my God,
to a few SUVs, it does appear that it does have an affinity.
No, Betty, you tried to manipulate the pics to fit inside each other, and they did not. And I don't even know how to do that shit, and I knew what you was doing was wrong. I didn't need Spanky or Gray Hughes or anybody else tell me. It's basic common sense. But it's pretty bad when Spanky, Betty, called your ass out about it. You know you've hit low when Spanky calls you out.
hatch and bumper
Mimi's homestead.
there.
Hey,
So there's a lot of questions when it comes to
she doesn't have any. She has a 10-second video that she cannot show anybody because the dog is so traumatized that she just can't put the puppy through that again. And then she let the cat out the bag and said the video don't show nothing.
Sebastian.
But don't worry, the FOIA request will. And I just hope that those two officers had their body cams on. Because usually in Florida they do. I don't know them to have them off. But yeah, and I know the local police are very familiar with her. Very. Like I said, sometimes it pays to live within a couple hours of the bullhorn.
Rogers.
But sadly, they don't have a couple hours of the JLR, too.
Sebastian Rogers.
Who else lives here? There's somebody else that lives here, too, that's a creator. It's a big creator. I'm not. I'm just a little, Oh, what's her name? J for Justice. Yeah.
Case. And I've been watching a lot of different people's opinions on what they think may have happened, who may be involved, and everything like that. We even
I'm getting the body cam. Oh, I'm getting the body cam. I already have the report number and the officers' names, date and time and stuff when they were there. So, yeah, I'm getting the body cam.
Some people that have been messaging me from, locals in the area, family that they have.
I truly feel sorry for the neighbors. I do. Though, granted, a dog attack can be very traumatizing. I'm not taking away from that. Those were big dogs that attacked me and my Bubba. These were little ankle biters. She had time to put that dog in the house, but didn't go in the house with the dog. Does that make any sense to y'all? And okay, this dog is down to her ankle, but she's not going to tell you she stuck her hand down in there to get that little kind of scratch she got. I'm telling you, she is going to sue the shit out of these neighbors. She's going to try. This is, if you go by Betty's history and her patterns of behavior, Betty will say, give me this, give me that, give me this, or I'm going to sue you and I'm going to have your dog put down. There's a reason, like I told you in the beginning before she even started talking, there's a reason she wasn't showing that 10-second video clip from her Ring doorbell, because it didn't show nothing. And that's exactly what eventually she told on herself and said.
Like Gallatin and other surrounding communities in Hendersonville. And it seems like that the community out there in Tennessee is really in support of Seth. And they really think that Chris and Katie seem to...
No, they are not against Chris and Katie. Betty, stop it. They are in support of the parents of a missing child. Period. Why do you want people to choose sides? Why is that so important to you? There should be no side but Sebastian's. That's it. Because at the end of the day, there's no evidence that anybody did anything. Not the parents. None of them, Betty. None of them. Poor behavior, choices, absolutely. But that's it. Poor choices on who they choose to surround themselves with. Yeah, you can say that.
I haven't, and that's from their own community, which I thought was pretty interesting, and that's new stuff that I've got coming in. I've got to redact some stuff, and then I can show you guys on our next live some text messages and stuff like that. But I want to make sure that the identity of the person is removed. And since I got copies of this, the screenshots of themselves, I need to make sure.
Okay, who is sending her crap off the Facebook pages? Because I really wish they wouldn't do that or mess with her. Hey, Jack's mom, like that. Because they know she's going to run with it.
Sure that the names are removed. So, hey, Jack, Abigail, it's nice to see you figure it out. I'm going to have to watch a video. I don't know how to turn it on these lives. Fix, but it's for this show, and it did it up. But for whatever reason, you have to set the closed caption or the cap key, and not through YouTube. I think YouTube.
Is it that hard to turn on closed caption? I never had a hard time turning it on. This lady has been asking Betty to do this for weeks and weeks. And Betty still, I didn't have a problem turning closed caption on. Yeah, and she has no proof either. None. Spudler, I just love the videos you're putting out. And you know what? Just for that, I celebrated today. No bra, honey. I'm at home. Screw them people. What's her name? That weird one? That TM chick? Oh, she wouldn't like it here because I stay in my swimsuit. Yeah. Because I'm in and out of the pool all day with the kids.
Come on after the replay. Possibly. Again, honestly, I don't know. I just can't get it. I can't figure it out. Jen, it's nice to see you, my love. My love. Kendra, hey, this
Is that it for the dog bite?
It was. I think everybody needs to see it. Not just because of how the video. Then I might play it, but it's traumatic. That's all I got.
Oh, here we go.
Kind of getting over everything. It was pretty traumatic. That's all I got to say. And if I don't drop the video, then I might play it, but I think everybody needs to see it. Not just because of how quickly things can escalate, how quickly you go from just having a normal day to just chaos, just erupting in such a split second, and then it's over.
What?
It's she's good. She's good.
My Betty, it was 2 tiny dogs. What? Are you going for some kind of Academy Award, or are you just trying to hit home about the emotional distress so you can ask for more money? And why are you running to your mama's house? That dog is fine. That dog is sleeping.
She's just fine. But I can tell you, it wasn't like this just a little bit ago. She's finally calmed down enough where she can rest. But she cried. I mean, literally, this is the first time she's been able to rest since it happened.
Oh Lord,
she's been, very antsy.
Okay, when did she do this live? Let me check the time, because I know what time the police were at our house. They were at our house at 6:20. Okay, she did this live 5 hours ago. So you're telling me that dog cried nonstop for hours? Huh? Or maybe it's because you were outside talking and you left her in the house. I don't know. Betty, that's crazy. Come on.
Whimpery. When it first happened, she wouldn't even let me let her down. Like, not even in the house. I had to throw her kind of in the house so I could get the broom and
okay, wait. But see, that's what I don't understand. Wait a minute. Back it up. You had time to put the dog in the house and to grab the broom, but not put your ass in the house? Make that make sense. Why would you not stick your butt in the house too if you were so terrified of these mean, vicious 5-pound dogs? And only one was aggressive. Why would you not put yourself in that house too? Why would you go get a broom?
At me on my driveway, I was taking that broom and I was slapping it slap upside the head. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay, all right. How did you get to the driveway from the front door? Why would you do that if you were so scared? My gut would have had me go in the house with my damn dog if I'd have been that terrified. I'd have never went down into the driveway with a broom. They see you coming at them swinging a broom. Yeah, someone's going to try to bite you. I mean, come on.
That was scary. I don't want to go through that again. I don't want to go through that ever again. Like, I can tell you, I feel like I aged 10 years. I feel like my blood pressure went through the roof. I'm surprised my nose isn't bleeding right now.
Wait, I'll tell you the time. Wait a minute.
I'll believe it. Wait a minute. Over you. She is tired.
I'll tell you the exact time.
Like I said, it scared her so bad, It really.
I have the initial call.
You could see I've never seen fear in a dog's eyes before.
Like, I saw fear. Lord. Is she kidding me?
Her eyeballs were bulging out of her face.
Now,
she was so.
I have the report number. 7/29/2024 at 16:02. Animal bite / attack, and it gives her at the area of, the address, which I will not show, even though she puts her address out there. I'm not doing it. But yeah, it was 16:02, 7/29/2024, and I have the report number, which is S24072909333.
Fearful. And all I could do was just grab her and put her in my arms as tight as I could put her in my arms, as she knew she was okay. And the dogs were still coming after us.
Oh my
No, she didn't
Lord.
get hurt. I got minor injuries. I got some punctures. Like I said, I will tell you right now, if that dog wanted to hurt me, that dog could have hurt me. Okay? So these...
Betty, it's an ankle biter. It couldn't even get its mouth around your hand. Are you kidding me?
These are mild injuries of what they could have been. The most painful
Hey,
injuries.
Lavincia.
Menopause can change your hair.
I hope I said your name right. Hey, Mystery. Oh my God.
That's going to bruise.
We got to back that up. Right. You got to see. Look at that big bruise, everybody. I'll pause. Oh, no. What happened? No, get back here. Give me back, Betty.
It was 8 o'clock. I've been so extremely busy from doing the mailers.
Let me go back up to where we were.
I had the oil change in the car that needed to be...
Court documents. What are you filing now, Betty?
To get closed captioning on. I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to watch a video. I don't...
It's not hard to put closed captioning on.
Oh, yeah. Did I post it? Yeah, I think I did. Did I post it in Rumor Mill? I can't check right now. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. I'll send it over to you. I'm just going to forewarn you. It like you hear the terror in both me and the dog. There's just nothing other than pure terror. Oh, I did? Yeah. That was...
Where did we leave off?
You know, what type SUV it is, but when you do compare it to a few SUVs,
it is not comparable.
What they think may have pitching me from testing.
I don't know why YouTube jumped it. Let me pause this.
It seems like
I don't know why YouTube jumped ahead. Sorry, I shouldn't have been talking over her. That's the third time YouTube's done that today alone.
Yeah, like I'm still just kind of, and because of how quickly things can escalate, how
here we go.
Chaos it's.
Look
but
at that.
I can tell you, it wasn't like this just a little bit ago. She literally whimpery house, so I could get the broom and I'm slapping it slap upside the head.
But that's what I don't understand. Why did you go in the house and get the broom and don't keep your ass in there?
I don't want to go through that again. 10 years, I feel like the anxiety that comes over you. She is tired. She had like I said, it scared her so bad. You know,
my
it really
Lord.
did. You could see I've never seen fear in a dog's eyes before. Like I saw fear, like slap fear in her eyes. Her eyeballs
all in 10 seconds.
Out of her face. She was so fearful. And all I could do was just...
But wait a minute. It couldn't have been 10 seconds because she said the whole thing only lasted 10 seconds. So I'll give her half that. 5 seconds, she's seen all this. Hey, Nicole B. Wow, okay.
Grab her and put her in my arms as tight as I could put her in my arms, so she knew she was okay. And the dogs were still coming after us. No, she didn't get hurt. I got minor injuries. I got some punctures.
Look at that. Betty.
I will tell you right now, if that dog wanted to hurt me, that dog could have hurt me. Okay. So these are mild injuries of what they could have been. The most painful injury is my knee.
Look at that. That is painful, and she's suing, hey, sassy girl, for that specific injury. You see that big injury, guys? I cannot. Y'all get good enough look?
That most painful injury is my knee. That's going to bruise really, really bad. It's right there on the joint. So that's just going to be, it's not hurting right now, but I know by tomorrow it ain't going to feel good. You know how these type of injuries go. It's not right now when the adrenaline's still flowing through your body. It's when after you sleep a good night and you go to stand up and you're like, there it is.
Nah, I get being upset over it. Like I said, when those two big dogs attacked me and my Bubba, yeah, it was crazy. My dog protected me. He did what he's supposed to do. But yeah, it wasn't I wasn't like this. And it happens several times to us, unfortunately. And then they moved. I was so happy when they moved. They ran. They got evicted. But anyway, yeah.
There it is. This all must have been posted in rumor mill. Miss you all there. Oh yeah. Did I post it? Yeah, I think I did.
Never once did I think about suing him. Probably because I didn't have anything. No, I'm kidding. Just never crossed my mind. I wasn't hurt. My dog made sure I didn't get hurt. Hey, KB investigates.
Did I post it in rumor mill? I can't check right now. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. I'll send it over to you. I'm just gonna forewarn you. It like you hear the terror in both me and the dog.
Well, probably because you were carrying on like an idiot. So the puppy was feeding off of that.
Other than pure terror.
Mm.
Oh, I did. Yeah. That was pretty like even there, my brain is so shot right now. I didn't know if I did that or not. I usually I know what I do. I mean, I'm just kind of, I guess I'm still a little shook up over the whole event.
Oh my gosh.
If something happened to her, I don't know what I would do. I really don't. I really don't know what I would do. I don't know.
You were so scared. Why did you not go in the house with the doggy when you put the doggy in the house? Why did you grab a broom and proceed to go out into your driveway?
I want to think about it because I would lose my. Like people joke about me losing.
Hey,
let me see something like that. I would probably lose my. You know what? Well, it could have been worse. We were blessed. Okay, we were blessed. I got a skinned knee and a couple little wounds. One on both sides of my hand. Again, it could have been 10 times worse. They could. That dog could have latched on.
Another thing, how did that dog get your hand? They are little chihuahuas. How did that dog get your hand?
Even know I got bit until I was in the house with her and I saw the blood. And it wasn't a lot of blood. It wasn't like gushing blood or anything, but you can definitely tell it was a puncture mark. I don't know when it happened. I tried to go back and look at the videos, and you do see the dog advancing toward me in the video, but my head blocks the camera, and you can't see if that's when it happened. But the dog was coming to me on the other side of.
There is no way that a little chihuahua jumped up as high as your hand is by your head to bite your hand, Betty. Stop it.
The car because I saw them coming and I went to go get Delilah, and that's when they started running.
Should I ask Manatee County Sheriff's Department if they sent the forensics team to the scene? Because there is a crime scene.
Toward me, so I don't know if I came into contact with them there or not. Everything just happens. I can't express it other than everything just happens so quickly.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's like once you calm down, then you're like, I feel something.
Betty, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is insanity, Betty. They are little ankle biters.
Oh yeah, I tell you what, I'm just glad it didn't. I'm just glad it's not worse. And I was really angry kind of at the neighbors, but I didn't yell at them. I just want to let you know you need to get your dogs in the house. I said I just had to call. I said your dog bit me, and I just skinned my knee trying to save my dog. Your dog's almost killed my dog. And
they didn't almost kill your dog. They didn't get. And how many of you people believe she was nice to them? Hey, NZ, how are you? Good to see you. How many of you believe she was nice to that neighbor? Patricia, you think she was nice to that neighbor? Oh, she's not going to be happy till either she gets that dog put down or they give her money. Because if they don't pay her, she's not going to shut up. She's going to fight to get that poor dog. And I hope she don't win. I hope these people, because, she keeps commenting on how nice their house is and how expensive their gate and stuff is. Hey, Mona Lisa. Yeah, exactly. Big grift. Now you're confused?
And she said, I'm sorry. I said, I understand, but you've got dogs that are like this. You need to keep them in your house. You need to figure out how to control them. I mean, I don't know what to say. Other neighbors' dogs that get out, they're not vicious. They don't come and attack you.
Oh, Betty, that's why I was wondering which neighbor it was. Because about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, it was a different neighbor's dogs who are small, but they're bigger than Chihuahuas. that you had an issue with and you wanted something done with and didn't get your own way. So, yeah. I'll have to dig that clip up. I still have it somewhere.
And I like my neighbors. They're nice. They're the ones that own
They're
Precious,
nice.
So it's not like these are neighbors I
Because I'm
dislike.
going to
I
sue
like
them.
my neighbors, but irresponsibility is only, I can only, I can look past it. I've looked past it quite a few. Like I said, the dog bit me before. The dog's bit a few neighbors before. We all kind of look past it.
Well,
but now your dogs
if there is a history of issues with that dog, animal control will have the reports.
are like literally ready to tear a puppy alive. Like, no, that's enough. Enough is enough. You got a vicious dog. You need to figure out what you need to do with her or him or whatever the dog is. But this can't happen again. Well, I don't know them.
She wanted those pups and cups.
But I mean, they've lived across.
Oh, believe me, if she don't get what she wants, she will try to make them have their dog put down or get rid of their dog. One of the two.
Street from them for years. Since they built the house. I think they built the house in 2019 or 2018, something like that. I can't remember when they bought the house. They've always been good neighbors. They've been fairly quiet. They keep their house. They have nice stuff. They have the newest house on the block. Because the house that was there before was dilapidated. It was literally falling in, but it, and it had been there.
Oh, I don't know how they get away with that there, because Florida has code, Betty, and I've seen code inspectors get out their trucks and take a damn tape measure and actually measure your grass to see if they needed to put a warning before the fine on your garage door about your grass, the length of your grass. So I question that because code is really strict around here. And I've lived in other parts of Florida. I've had rental property in other parts of Florida. It's just as strict.
Geez, like a decade with the whole roof caved in and everything like that. But then the neighborhood kids started sneaking into it. And it's like,
I wonder because, what is that? Oh, it's not a palmetto. I'm okay.
It started becoming a danger to them, because they're going to keep trying to get into it. And that house, if the roof caved in anymore, it could hurt a kid. And so the kids weren't staying out of it. So the county finally came in and demolished the house. And so,
okay. So what happened is it was an abandoned property that the taxes and stuff weren't paid for. So the county took it over and then demolished it and sold the lot. That's all you had to say, Betty.
And then they built that house on the vacant lot. So, yeah. What did I miss? That's funny. When I'll come back on here, I've got to do some TikTok. I'm so far behind today. It's just going to be chalked up to just a crazy day. I don't really have days this nutty, but it's been pretty nutty.
It was 10 seconds, Betty. 10 seconds.
So,
God, you couldn't handle one of my days, especially the kind of day I had today. You would lose your shit. You couldn't handle it.
When I'm away from Delilah, I'll probably play the tape so you guys can see it. I almost want to put it on the video though, so you guys can blow it up. Like it was pretty traumatic. It was scary. It was just scary.
Oh, I'm sure you carried on like an idiot.
I don't ever want to have an experience
like
that.
But this is the woman who wants to go out there and search and find someone. Mm-hmm.
And I never want to see my dog in fear for her literally life. Like she thought she was going to die. I don't know how to express that.
And how do you know what that dog thought? Seems how you put her in the house and she was safe. Betty, she's a puppy. She's fine. She'll go right back out in that yard tomorrow. Stop it. You're the one making it so bad, not her. The grift is real.
Birds, when you hear it, you will hear she thought she was going to die.
Oh my God.
And she's just a puppy. She didn't need that. That's awful. I don't know if I'm going to get her to go out front to go use the restroom now. I mean, it was really that traumatizing.
Oh my Lord.
No, they weren't big dogs at all, but they weren't small dogs either.
They're chihuahuas. They're little lap dogs.
Or like a crossbreed. Like the animal lady, the animal services lady kept calling them like long-haired chihuahuas. And I'm
because that's what they are. And of course you don't believe her because you got to make everybody believe that they were these big, vicious dogs.
Those are some pretty stinking big chihuahuas, and they're like orange and white. So I'm wondering if they're a crossbreed between a Pomeranian and a chihuahua, because they just seem like they were a little bit bigger than a chihuahua, but they do have a lot of hair. But I'm telling you, that hair looks Pomeranian. And it doesn't look like they're pure Pomeranian. So I'm wondering if the crossbreed. I don't know. I don't know
These dogs both weighed well under 8 pounds, 5 to 8 to be exact.
anything about, as far as looking at a dog and determining, what breed it is. I'm not good at that at all. I can do Labradors and I can do Pits. Like even with her, I had to show Pebbles. I had to show the Mod Squad a picture of her aunt. And when I showed them, they're like, "Oh, that's a Chihuahua!" Like they even knew what it was.
That dog you have is not a full-blooded Chihuahua. It don't look like no full-blooded Chihuahua I've ever seen. Just saying.
So I don't know. No, the Shih Tzus are pretty small. I mean, they're small, but they're not. I don't know how to explain.
They're small, but they're not. You can't have it both ways. They're either small or they're not. I mean, palm cheese.
I don't know. I'll have it if I see those dogs again, or see one like it, or know that that's the dog I'm talking about. I'll take a picture of it and show you. Oh, good gracious! Oh, good gracious! All right, guys, I need to pack a bag. I told my mom I'd come over.
Oh,
so
I can't believe she's going. I cannot believe she's going to her. Oh my God!
Out of this house for a little bit. Get Delilah away from the house for a little bit.
Delilah is fine. You're the issue. The puppy's sleeping. She's fine. You the problem.
So she can just have some peace and serenity. I feel so bad for her. I really do. That was just...
You feel so bad for her. She's laying there sleeping peacefully. She's not affected. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, sassy girl. I know they're little dogs. They're lap dogs. Yeah. Now you tell me, if her hand was up by her head, how did that dog reach her hand? Hey, Rowena, good to see you. Rowena, let me tell you something. You thought that story I told you at Christmas about my kids was so cute. Let me tell you about that little girl. She thinks she's grown now because she got a birthday coming up in a couple days. She had never tell me she's 9. She's going to be 9, and she's good. She's grown. She got this. Yeah, she can handle it all. Hey, Southern Mimi, that mouth, she's going to get in trouble. Question is, did the dog wear it out in a bee costume? You know she's going to blame it on her somehow. Somehow, some way. She was talking about she had more court stuff she had to do today. So somehow, some way, she's going to blame it. Wait till she's 10. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it. She actually come out and told me. She said, Mommy Kathy, I'm almost 9. And I'm grown now. So I got this. I was like, huh? Yeah.
It's a big old fat you know what. All right, guys, I love you to pieces. I will see you guys on the flip side. We'll be back.
No, you won't. I need a break from you, Betty. Let's go to Smiley. Let's go to Slimy. That's who this live was supposed to be about anyway. Slimy. So now I have to change everything because I did Betty too. Oh, I keep putting in Slimy when I'm bringing up her video. No wonder I can't never find her damn channel. Oh, Lord. No wonder I can't find it. Oh, it's called Awareness for Sebastian. Y'all aren't going to like this one. We're not going to watch it all because she's boring as hell. But y'all aren't going to like this one. That dog was a flying monkey in disguise. But I'm lying down now. We're lying down, but now I woke up hubby at Kathy B's little story. I can't believe she told me I got this. I was like, what? Oh, and she thinks now she should be able to stay up till 9 since she is 9. Hey, Tina. Yeah, she's trying to bargain with me. Mm-hmm. I'm just really worried about my son's eye. It's not getting better at all. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have some more answers.
Stop.
All right, Slimy. I'm giving you a few minutes here because you
Brandon
slimy.
Carter is in charge there. 615-451-3838. Bobby Simmons at TBI is over that at TBI 1-800-TBI-5.
This is Slimy from today. Is the neighbor with dog the same one who stopped and dropped off the no. No, different neighbor. And that's why I was waiting for her to keep talking because I know she has another neighbor that's on down the street, but their dogs are a little bigger. And I remember there being an incident there, but she didn't have a dog at the time. The only other time I know Betty having anything to do with the dog situation is when she got into it with the animal control officer or the lady at the Humane Society when she was dumping off her dogs.
But again, anybody will be able to help you.
They will?
Hey, funny face Brenda. And do what you can.
Look, she looks like she's ready to cry. Girl, what's going on with them damn eyebrows? Look, I suck at makeup. I suck at eyebrows. Mine are so thick and bushy, they drive me nuts. And I suck at fixing them. But damn. Them eyebrows.
And that's the thing of it.
See, that's why I don't try shit like that. Because, see, I know I suck at it. So, you know. Yeah, well, she supposedly, she got a very hefty donation during her live today to get the fence situation straightened out for Delilah.
I was going through here just to write down some things today.
But hell, if Betty's chat wants to, put out cash like that, hey, come on over. No, just kidding. Stay on over there.
And he was reported, as we all know, by Chris, his stepdad.
Lego Land Water Park instead of Daytona Lagoon.
He was in Memphis at the time.
No, I'm kidding. Stay over there. I don't want you over here. Stay over there. No offense, but just stay over there.
And I can't see the chat. He was seen. I got in there and all the. So he was in Memphis.
Can you believe that somebody bought her that machete? What does she need a machete for? You don't do them when you're gummied? Oh, I wish I had a gummy. Or anything, really. Yeah. Can you believe that somebody bought Betty that machete? Why? And it wasn't a cheap one either. I don't understand it. Yeah, Smelly's World, Slimy. You don't know how bad I wanted to mess up that thumbnail with Slimy. But I didn't. I was nice about it. She already had 2 from the Mooley Summer Wells. Yeah, I just don't understand why she even needed one in the first place. But why would you buy somebody a machete?
Katie called him.
Especially Betty.
And told him Sebastian was missing. Then he did a 3-way call, which I have never heard of in my life. But he did a 3-way call with Katie on the phone, on mute, allegedly, that Sebastian was missing.
And that was not allegedly. It's what they've stated.
On Monday, February 26th. Mm-hmm. But let's go back to Sunday.
Why?
Let's go back to Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday was this huge day, right?
No, it was a normal weekend for them. See, Slimy, when you're parents and you work during the week, you tend to utilize your weekends and do a lot on the weekends because you don't have time to do it during the week because you're working. Just go figure that. I know we do. Some weekends, I don't even understand how we cram in everything we cram in. Then other weekends, they're laid back and chilled. It just depends what's going on. Not unusual, though.
Katie and Sebastian wake up. They're the only ones there.
My
that we know.
brows need done. I suck at it. I do. I'm not nice. That's why my channel would last 20 minutes. Too much work for 20 minutes.
Know of, and that's been
Oh, guys, do me a favor. While y'all are here, hit that there like button so we can get this video in that there algorithm to make YouTube a happy one. You know, they make them happy. And then you can sub up. I'm almost at 3K. And we also have poolside memberships. You can become a poolside misfit. And we are the best misfits on these there streets.
told in this whole story.
And
Katie,
guys, we got squirrels. I just haven't been able to find helmets for them to go under the water yet, like Sandy has with SpongeBob. I haven't been able to come up with something with that yet.
and Sebastian wake up. She fixes him, I think, this spaghetti pancake, which is lovely. I can give her credit for that because at least he got whatever to eat, a home cooked breakfast, supposedly, allegedly, according to them. And at least his little tummy was filled up. Summer Wells never got that. So kudos to Katie for that.
Oh my God, you don't know nothing about what happened in either case. Oh, pause on point. Oh, I got to screenshot that pause. Pause on point.
You know, that's a plus.
And Smiley, you need to blame Betty for you not getting the attention you deserve and being the first one I covered. Because I just had to go over the dog bite thing. Oh, Marina, thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Fixed him.
Thank you.
These
I will make
spaghetti
sure she
pancakes,
gets it.
whatever. It might be
Thank
good, but I'm
you.
so glad he got to eat. I don't know. First time I ever heard of him. Sebastian got to eat at least several times that day, according to them. So I'm very glad to hear about that.
Why wouldn't he have gotten to? Oh, pause on point. She got her tongue out. Why wouldn't? Oh, Bug, don't come over here. I don't like bugs. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I don't know what you are, but you're dead. You're dead. Okay. It wasn't a palmetto. You're lucky because you guys would be by yourself and I'd be gone. I don't know what it was. It's some tiny little bug. Anyway, pause on point. Look at that tongue. Look at that tongue. Jesus. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it to teenage years 2 more times. I thought I was done with teenage years. You know, I really did. I don't know. It's a lot harder when you're this age. Probably because, you know, Rowena, thank you so much. I sure will too. I haven't had them done in so long. Thank you. Wow, thank you. They're bushy. They're big. I got thick eyebrows. I always have. Was that a Smiley roach? It could have been. It was tiny. Ew. Oh. Yuck. Me and bugs don't get along.
Then they talk to family.
Yeah, I just don't know at this age if I'm going to make it through 2 more teenagers. I swear it's harder now. But they also know a whole different, you know. Even with my goddaughters, they're still teenagers. They're 16, 15 and 16. But, well, 16, going to be 17, yeah. It was even different, a little different with them. Oh, kids today got it.
Members on the internet.
I'm bolting them damn doors is what I'm doing. I'm bolting them damn doors. I also got rubble on. What are rubble and eyebrows?
Or whatever. You know, they got to go to the bowling alley, colossal popcorn, you know, all these things, these fun things. Kudos.
And if you listen to them, it wasn't unusual for them to do stuff on the weekends.
Kudos.
Okay.
It was like the last day on earth.
Take away the tweezers. Hey, Marie.
No, there's no proof she fixed him that. I'm just saying, kudos if she did. Kudos if she did. I'm just saying, this is how she said the day went. So we're just going by what she said that the day was like. We only have her word for it. We have her word for it. My point is, he's a 15-year-old boy. He is autistic, and this shit would wear me out. I'm just telling you.
Now, I don't know if any of y'all remember some of this stuff when we covered her before. We haven't covered her for a minute because, there's just been so much going on. But there was one thing that she always harped on about Sebastian. It's coming up. You'll remember when she says it.
Okay? It would wear anybody out. Now, just bear with me. Stay the course.
Oh my gosh,
So
I couldn't even imagine. Oh, mine would look really bad. They'd look really bad anyway. But, yeah. That would have been funny, Rowena, though. You sound just like me because I'd be dumb. I'd be trying something like that. I figure, well, if anything, they can't look worse than what I already did. So one time I had what did I do? I had surgery, and I took one of my pain pills, and I thought I was going to give myself this facial, and I was going to, do something with these damn brows. Oh my Lord. Don't ever do it on a pain pill. Your eyebrows will not look the same.
They have this day like it's the last day on earth. Just saying. And they have all this bowling and games and yada, yada, yada. And it was a lot of things.
But I'm not going to lie. I could do better than this. I mean, all she does is shave her eyebrows off and draw them on. I've never even thought about that because mine are so thick that, yeah, I do have very wide, thick. That's one thing is I'm not losing any hair. My hair is thick on my head, on my eyebrows. It's thick and grows like hotcakes. But I could do better than that.
Opinion for anybody. Hell, even for Katie, in my opinion.
Oh.
Okay. Now, supposedly, I heard they stopped to see family, but, whatever. Just an overwhelming day.
No, it's not an overwhelming.
A lot of things.
There was nothing overwhelming about it. It was the weekend.
With the teen with autism. So, and I know because I have one. Okay? I know. So I'm telling you.
No, you don't know because everybody's different. And you don't know where he was on the spectrum. You can't compare. And his autism does not define him. And I really wish you people would stop trying to make it define him because it does not. He was a 15-year-old boy, period.
Even though he's older now, all through the years, shit like that was overwhelming. Okay? I know. So then they went to dinner at Texas Roadhouse.
I know. I know several autistic children, and they are all different. And Jaden is 16, and they do all kind of stuff on the weekends because, they work during the week. And he's good with it. He's very high functioning. But I know several kids from 5 to 20, and they're all different. Nobody is the same, regardless if you have autism or not.
By that time, in my opinion only, but hey, who am I? In my opinion.
Is she in Tennessee too? Oh, I didn't know that.
Only.
Poor Tennessee.
He ate this big dinner. And allegedly, Seth did see finally the video where he was coming out with Katie and he did get in the car.
Oh, wait till I show you the stuff on Delta, Rowena. Yeah, I'll be showing you that tomorrow. I recorded it and someone else's. Then I had to stop recording because I was going live. But someone else picked it up for me and is recording the rest. Wait till I show you all the new stuff with Delta. He's flipped again. I mean, he just flipped against them. Now he flipped back to them. But there's reasons why, and you're not going to believe it.
So that's been
You
verified.
want to talk about inappropriateness? Yikes.
By law enforcement and Seth. And Katie's word for whatever that is, but by law enforcement.
Oh, and I think he actually admits that he's not an attorney. But there's some inappropriateness. And there's text messages to prove it.
And Seth. He got in the car and left with Katie. But think about after you eat a big dinner and you hadn't even had that big of a day. What do you want to do? You usually just want to take a nap.
No, he's a teenager. No. Kids burn that shit up so fast. No. He's not your age.
I do. And I'm
Of
not even a
course you
nap
do.
person. At least for a few minutes. Oh, I feel full. I feel good.
Oh, I'm gonna be playing it for everybody. Hey, Holly B. Yeah, there's a lot there.
Okay, so we got that part, right?
We find out the real reason for the split in the first place, and it wasn't what they said. But now he's back to talking to Tony and Tony's 2 a.m. crew. What's left of it.
But then allegedly he makes it home. The police, now just bear with me because it has been proven, as far as we know, that was him. Okay? But the police show Seth finally a video of him and Katie walking out of the restaurant. They make it home. Did he make it home? So there was a video, although grainy, that shows they believe Sebastian took out the trash that night. Okay? Seth says, even from my understanding to this day, that he's not 100% sure because it was grainy. So was it him or was it Katie? I don't know. But now after doing some research today, I'm pretty sure, my opinion is he did make it home. I think he did make it home. That's just me. That's just my thoughts.
You changed it
I
up?
think he made it home.
Okay.
Now, if it was him,
If it was.
that's the last time in the last video that he was ever saw.
Oh. Huh.
That's what I think, Danny.
Interesting.
That morning, the next morning. That's what I think.
Hmm.
So,
thank gosh. What you think, actually, I have to tell you, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, because we're not relevant in this case. So you might want to remember that. But you flip flop. You know Betty? I think you know Betty.
So
Huh?
that's what I think.
Oh.
Yeah, you forgot about the 3-way call. See, that's why we got to go back. 3-way call made, and Katie was on mute.
Okay.
Now, in one of them shorts I put out today, it says, Chris said that the cops was there in 10 minutes. How can Katie search, be on mute, and be back home, and the cops be there in 10 minutes?
Because she went and looked. My God, I can't explain this to them again. Geez, I swear, I spend more time explaining the facts to them. For what? They don't hear nothing. Because she went and looked first. You dumb shit. I mean, it's not like there was a big area to look in. It wouldn't have taken. In fact, she rushed home when the police were there. You need to get your facts. My goodness. I mean, they were even on your channel and you still don't have the facts.
How can all that happen in a 10-minute time frame?
Yeah, she's very ignorant.
Can you
Very easily. Very easily. But it wasn't a 10-minute time frame either.
Up to your little market in 10 minutes? Can you smoke a cigarette in 10 minutes? I mean,
Yeah.
look what,
I can. I could smoke a cigarette and, honey, I only got 10-minute breaks at work. I could smoke a cigarette in 2-3 minutes now. Come on.
in 10 minutes. Very interesting. And now, Chris, if you go back, his times, he's real
Oh,
firm
yeah, Scooter. And they were on her channel. They were on her channel.
on his times. The call was at 9:43 or 9:46.
Let me tell you something. When you only get a 10-minute break, You'd be surprised what you can do in that 10 minutes.
Just think about this. Left about one something. Just think about this.
What?
Chris is good with his times.
Oh.
It's like she went to bed at 12. I told her to get up. Think about this, y'all.
Think about what?
Yeah, there'll be a 911 call. Well, see, the problem is,
Oh.
Alan, he didn't call 911.
Right.
There'll still be a call, but he didn't call 911.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget that part. He called straight directly to the sheriff.
And you know why? Do you know why? I mean, you should know why. You had them on your channel and you asked that question and they answered it. And they've answered it many times. Do you know how long it would have taken if he would have called 911 from a different state? Why not just, if you have the number and you can, why not just call directly to the police there at home? And not have to go through the 911 operators transferring you and taking the chance of being disconnected. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure Katie was probably hysterical. I mean, her son's not home. You know? It does take effort.
That's what he thinks he was supposed to do. It was easier.
Exactly, Rowena. I'm telling you, those 10-minute breaks, you can snatch a lot. You know?
You might have missed that part, Alan.
No.
Anyway. But see, if that was Sebastian, that was the last time taking out the trash anybody saw him.
It's not a matter of if, it was. But okay.
Live. And Katie done locked herself in, like I said.
She locked herself in?
As the last one home with Sebastian.
Well, what did you want her to do? Deny being at home? I mean, she's his mom. They both live there. Chances are it was going to be... Shut up, Smiley.
Last one.
You changed your chair around so that your obnoxious paper flower walls over there, and you put up different smileys this time. Okay.
In that house and all the things. And the fact of the matter...
Oh, she does. Do you know who she reminds me of, in a way? That Mama D. Oh, no, I can't think of the name of her channel. I've reviewed her I don't know how many times, too, with her off-the-wall shit. And this big boom stuff that she keeps bothering TBI with. Now I can't even think of her channel. I'll think of it.
The fact of the matter is this. He did not run away, y'all. He did not walk away that night or that morning or no time. Not in my opinion. Not when Katie Proudfoot claimed to bring Sebastian Rogers home. And the video that allegedly shows him taking out the trash and going back in and then shutting the door. To me, allegedly, something happened in that house, period. Because if he left on his own or he walked out, someone, or if someone came and got him, in my opinion, there would have been the same video footage of someone doing that or of him walking back out of that house, period.
And you know one thing? If law enforcement does have any such video, they're not going to tell you. Because it's still an active, open case. And they're not going to want important stuff to get out to let anybody know they're on to them. Do you ever think of that?
It would have caught him or whoever.
Remember, people, Seth said when he got to the Proudfoots' home, Katie was on the couch hysterical. These a-holes always leave that out. Of course, it don't fit their narrative. And then he's also changed that up himself many times. No, she doesn't. Kim, no, she doesn't. Not that I'm aware of. He's been asked that and he said no. So. He called direct since they deal with the county office, not city office. Yeah, that don't register in her brain. And honestly, my first call would have been to my husband. Not 911. It would have been to my husband. Oh, she's another one that thinks she's a end all be all crime investigator.
Come driving up or walking up or him walking out. That's a fact.
No.
You can believe that if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, that's, how can you not?
How can I not what?
And I feel it was him taking out the trash
You do?
that night, and he did make it home, because I feel
Oh.
anybody, you know, I
Let's
feel like
speed you
Ellie
up,
and them
Slimy.
saw that, and I feel like that, you know, Katie just backed herself in a corner. That's all. I believe she took him out.
I sped her up. If it's too fast, please let me know and I'll turn it back down.
In that car the next morning from her garage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether he was unalive or not, I don't know. She could have plainly doped him up,
Oh.
and he could have been asleep in the back seat.
Why are you putting stuff out there like that, Slimy? That is outright disinformation. That could be
And down in the back
harmful.
seat. He could have not even been doped
You
up.
have no idea or no proof of any of this. But here you are spreading this crap.
She could have had him laying down in the back seat. Let's play a game. She could have had him laying down.
He was 15. He's 15 and a half, almost 16 now. I doubt he's going to lay down in the back seat and play a game like my 6-year-old would. Are you kidding me? What freaking universe do these people come from? Mine too, Mystery. Mine too. And I will not blame any of the parents because there's no evidence that any of the parents did anything. Questionable behavior? Yeah, that's been done. I'll say something about that, but I'm not going to blame them because I don't have any proof of anybody doing anything. But I just want the boy to come home. I really, truly do.
Down in the back seat. I don't know. We're gonna go.
I had picture Smiley smelling like a 1981 Cadillac or a 1981 Charlie perfume and cigarette.
Go somewhere fun. I don't.
According to them, she was. She was malnourished and not being fed and all this other stuff. Yeah, because you know they all lived under that roof, so they know. You know.
No, I don't know that lady's thoughts.
Yeah, you don't.
I know she's got guilty knowledge.
Oh, no, you don't know that. You just said you don't know her thoughts because you don't. And then you're going to turn around 2 seconds later and say, but she's got guilty knowledge. Make it make sense.
Because whatever she did or took part in, she will not look at that camera. Look at her. The only time she looked at the camera was with Nancy Grace. And I believe that's because they was blinking their.
That's not true. That is not true. That is so not true.
Eyes back at each other. Whatever they were looking in, I believe they had a mirror right there. Giving signals.
Yeah, that's what she said, sweetie cake.
Hold on a minute. Somebody's knocking at my door.
That's not a good thing. You weren't expecting someone?
All right. Sorry, y'all. My son, Bella. Hold on a minute. That knows exactly where he's at. And exactly
Who does?
where. The Katie, in my opinion, she knows exactly where he's at.
Oh.
She knows exactly where he's at.
Okay.
And that interview with.
Can I ask you what proof you have of that? Is there evidence you have that proves that? Because, you know, law enforcement might want to know that. I mean, I want to see these receipts. I want to see this evidence that you have. Because I've been following this since day one, and I don't have any evidence of that. Yeah, exactly, Mystery. If I ever win the lottery, I'm going to bankroll Dawn and Candace to sue every tragedy film. Oh, me too. I would love to be able to do that for them. Mm-hmm. I've actually said that, Rowena. It's weird. We think alike too much. I've actually said that a couple times on lives.
Olivia,
Olive oil?
she always looked down.
No, she did not.
She always looked down.
She. Oh my God, you freaking idiots. How can you not look at that woman and see a totally distraught and devastated mother? What is wrong with you people?
Down. She wouldn't look up.
That's not true.
What do I think of the Uber car? I think if there was a car there, they figured out who it was, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're really holding it close to the vest. I don't
Mhm.
really think that was. I'm not sure that was relevant, honestly.
Oh, don't say that. Bets is going to come get you. Betty's already got that solved now. It was Kathy Bowersock's vehicle because she was there to get Sebastian. You better not go against Betty. You know what's going to happen. She's going to sue you next.
Well, do I think she has remorse? I can't pretend to say how somebody feels. The only way I'd ever believe she had remorse is if she ever come forward, but I'm not sure. She don't seem like she has remorse to me.
Trisha, I don't know about video footage, because law enforcement has been very tight-lipped. I don't know.
Thank you, Opal. You know what? I feel like, how could anybody not? I mean, if you carried your child and you're with your child all the time and whatever, how could you not? But then, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. She chose Chris, I believe, over her own child. That's what I believe.
Oh my Lord. Why do you there's only a small group of you that say that. You, Betty, Brittany J, that thing in the wall, Spanky. Y'all are some nuts.
I believe she chose a man over her child. I don't think she has any remorse.
Oh.
And that's just me. And she's letting him talk for her and do everything for her. Yeah, she went, 5 minutes on the Real channel?
No. He's her husband. He's protecting her. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. I'm sorry if you people don't understand it. If you don't have a man that would do that for you, I do.
I don't believe it.
Exactly.
I heard. This is what I heard a couple months ago. I heard.
Oh, you heard.
She.
Oh.
Let me put it like this.
Okay. Talk about things you heard. Like I said, I watched about 15, 20 minutes of that stream of Laura's. Only because, I think it was because somebody sent me a message saying, yeah, somebody said she's still not owning it. She's still saying it was nothing. That's the only reason why I popped in there, because I don't watch Laura. Hey, see something, say something. How are you? Anyway, supposedly, this creator, let me see what her name is saying, let me see. And why isn't it in here? It should be. Allegedly, in my opinion. Not Brittany J. Allegedly, something. She has a channel. Jewels of Thought. That's her name. Apparently, she did a live. And she's had some things to say about T-Rev 757 and Seth and Michaela and all that. And she's telling people that T-Rev 757 borrowed $5,000 of Seth to save his girlfriend's house. I'm just saying what's being said. And this is supposed to be a reputable creator that's an actual therapist or psychiatrist or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Hell no, I don't think she has no remorse. Okay, let me just get it out here. This is what I think. Y'all want to know what I think? I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. The reason that I don't think she has remorse, this is what I think. I can't pretend I know what nobody feels, okay?
And you don't know what nobody
If
thinks
it's
either.
true what Seth said about when
You don't know what she thinks either.
he come out and said, this has happened on her watch, what happened to him as far as him being SA'd, even if that...
Before the end of the live, it went from 5K to 20K. I thought 20K is what he made. Oh, Lord. So she's another... I haven't had a chance to look at her yet. Because, you know, like I said, it was one of those days. And I was so pissed off at Laura. Because, like I said, I don't watch her unless I'm going to review her. And I've only done that a couple times. But... oh...
It would have had to been neglected for that to happen if that was in her home, you know. Then she turns around and lets a SA'er or SO that was in prison for 9 years, her and Chris both being at home around him when he's been abused.
Okay. Look, I don't know about that. Seth is the one who's talked about that. Oh, no, I'm talking about T-Rev was saying that he made like 20 grand or something off all this. I don't know. Oh, yeah, the GoFundMe was over 26K, almost 27K. And then it was stopped. But, yeah, oh, yeah, he's made 3 times more than that in Cash Apps. Yeah. And Betty keeps taking donations for him.
What does that tell you? What does that tell you right there?
What does what tell me?
What does that tell you? Oh, being at home around him when he's been abused.
Who?
What does that tell you? In at home, or then she turns around and lets a SA'er or SO that was in prison for 9 years, her and Chris both being at home around him when he's been abused. What does that tell you? What does that tell you?
I need to know the facts of that. I'm not going to comment on that because of where that information came from. Not a credible source. So until I hear that from Chris and Katie's and somebody can ask them about it.
Right there. To me, that says a lot about her as a mother. I had heard a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I know, Cisa. I know what you're talking
whether
about.
Whether it's true or not, I don't know.
The letter to the judge she wrote about how she has to be able to talk about Summer Wells. Yeah.
That
I have phone records and gave my name. I'm going to provide a sworn declaration. Oh.
Katie had said something to the effect of, I don't know what it was exactly word for word.
I'm the person that contacted Sumner Sheriffs to warn them of BHB's planned protest. It was not Queen Bee. I have phone records and gave my name. I'm going to provide a sworn declaration to the court. That's awesome of you to do, because you know she's going to blame Queen for it. I mean, she blames Queen for everything. And Queen don't do none of it. That's what's even funnier. Queen don't even do none of it.
But Chris told her, you know he's gone, and you know he's gone and not coming back. So if that's true, was she going through?
And has anybody heard Chris tell Katie that he's gone and never coming back? Because I have not. So how does she know what Chris and Katie are talking about?
A stage of...
Yeah, I know she blamed her.
I mean, when you lose somebody, whether it's your hands or not, I'm sure you go through these stages. And
oh,
was it that? I don't know. I don't know. You know? So there was that part. But I feel like she knows. I feel like she knows. She didn't want to care for him anymore. I feel like if I was Chris, now, was Chris there? I don't know.
If she didn't want to care for him anymore, then there would have been no need to try to get her on board with him going to live with his father. Do you understand how stupid you guys sound? You keep blaming Chris, who was in the middle of a nasty custody battle, who would have stood everything to lose by this happening, by anything happening to Sebastian. And then you're saying Katie didn't want to care for him, but yet Katie wasn't on board 100%, allegedly, according to Seth, of Sebastian going to live with him full time. So do you understand how stupid you all sound?
Oh, he said a lot of things that have put him there. I'll tell you that. He said a whole lot of things that has put him there. Was he there? I don't know. I don't know. Him and her both, and she's allowed him to lock her in that home, but she's locked herself in that home with Sebastian. That wasn't too smart, Katie.
Well, what did you want her to do? Did you want her to lie and say she wasn't home? It's her house. It's his house. That's where they lived. So you wanted her to lie? I mean, I'm not getting you here, because she's telling the truth, but it's not good enough for you. So you would have preferred her to lie?
And she's gave him an alibi 3 hours away.
Lisa?
So she ain't too damn smart. So will he get away with this if he was involved? I don't know. Was he even there? I don't know. I'm beginning to think maybe he's just this bully, you know, not a very good guy, you know, but was he there? I don't know. That's a 50-50 chance right there. And I mean, it's very possible. But here's the thing. I was thinking about
listen to this. Bauer, Sox, and Chris had two motives to get rid of Sebastian. He would have to be interviewed by courts because he would still be going to stay Katie every other weekend per Seth. What? No, you idiot. The worst thing that could have happened is something happening to Sebastian, with Chris being in the middle of a custody battle.
this today. In my opinion, yeah, it could, Alan. It could. But Chris, but I don't know that traffic there now. I don't know if it could nowadays or not. I just don't know if it could or not. I really don't. But here's the thing. Chris was not too bright. As much, and I don't want to bring kids into this. Whether he was there or not, or helped Katie or not, and with Katie or not, Katie is the last one with Sebastian. To me, Katie's the number one suspect, period, end of story. Chris was not too bright to say his little girl is his number one and for all and all this or whatever, to leave that child with Katie. Period, end of story. I don't care.
Why? She didn't have CPS called on her. Okay. Ever. But, there's no evidence of a crime being committed. There's no evidence of anything happening to Sebastian at Katie's hands, according to law enforcement. So why would he not? But you make no sense. And because, idiots like Bullhorn was having people stalk them and take pictures everywhere they go, you could see how much that little girl was comfortable with Katie and loved Katie.
Above all else. Now, that's the dumbest thing. If he had the option to see her and was lucky enough for that, no, sure wasn't. That was just dumb as hell. Was that a stunt to show all of the internet and everybody else? I trust
exactly,
Katie. She didn't do anything. That was pretty risky, if you ask me.
Yeah, operating those cranes isn't easy, and they don't get this, what's all involved, like Betty. Well, I was there, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I can 100% guarantee He was not at that job site at 5:15 or 5:45 in the morning. No, you can't, Betty. It was 5 months later. There's different phases on construction sites. You don't know what was going on at that time. You weren't there.
That was pretty risky. I don't know, Kimberly. I was talking with one of my friends, and we're
Exactly,
like,
Scooter.
as bad as it was, we just wondered if, we don't know, maybe, as stupid as it sounds,
And when
maybe the
you're
law
up in that crane, they don't just climb down just to take a break or to take a pee. Don't work like that.
wanted to allow her to go to see if she did. I don't know.
And Chris also
I
had
don't know.
stated himself, if they bothered to listen to the interviews, that he could not just leave the crane unmanned. There had to be a replacement for him to leave.
Oh, I'm just glad she's home. I'm just glad she's home with her mother now.
That child is none of you guys' business. None of you that keep talking about her. It's not your freaking business.
Hey, Jacqueline, everybody coming in? I do too, because you know what makes me think that? I don't think when Katie started to fall asleep, even if she wasn't speaking, you know.
I don't think he was home. However, I do think he had cameras in the home and could see what was going on. Remember, he said, I not disclosing that info due to safety when if cameras indoors.
No, I just don't think he said wake up and go to bed now, put the dogs up and all that shit, because she could have
Why?
been a heavy sleeper and not woke up. I don't believe
She
that.
wasn't in a deep sleep. She was dozing on and off. They were on the phone because he works out of town. So they spent time talking on the phone. That's not unusual or weird. I believe they were watching a movie and she was also looking at her books. She was doing some type of studying. She dozed off. It wasn't like she was in some deep sleep in bed, you idiot.
I will always think they had cameras in the house. I just will. And it's controlling. That's what he is. He's controlling. I will always believe he knew everything that they were doing. And listen, I'll always believe he knew everything they were doing in his home. Do you hear me? In his home.
It wasn't just his home. And they talked a lot because they do communicate. So I'm sure he was aware of whatever it is they were doing.
Trust me, that was his home.
Oh, you're right. It's his, hers. Yeah, it's
And
their
what he
home.
said goes in his home.
Okay.
And another thing, I was in Lolly's the other night, and Lolly was talking about something, and I wrote on the thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all in here. The reason that I've come to the conclusion,
I can't with her eyebrows. I'm sorry, but her eyebrows are so off. Dear Lord, quit shaving them and drawing them on because you're not good at it. See, I wouldn't do that because I suck at it, and I know I'd suck at it. But I think I could do better, and I can't see good out of one eye. But it is driving me crazy. Give me your pencil so I can fix it.
that Sebastian called Chris Mr. Chris, is not because Sebastian wanted to or chose to. In my opinion, I think Sebastian called Chris
Okay,
Mr. Chris.
your opinion don't freaking matter because you don't know these people. And you didn't live in their home with them. You have no idea.
Because Chris demanded the respect. And it was for respect
Oh, I
that
agree
you
too.
call
This is
me
no
Mr.
business.
Chris. And is that
But
crystal?
you can bet if there was any kind of video footage in that home, law enforcement has it. They were aware of they are aware of if there was cameras inside, but it is not none of nobody's business, and I wouldn't release it either. Chris and Katie have done what law enforcement has asked them to do, and they've cooperated. How did they think Sebastian's flyers got all over Walmart's? Guess they think they just went there on their own, right? They keep giving Seth, no shade on Seth, all this credit for everything. Stirring the pot. not being totally honest and upfront with people because he has not been searching this whole time. And I'm also hearing rumors about these old boat pictures. But anyway.
Clear. That's what you'll call me.
Hey, yep.
Mr. Chris. That is for respect.
You can't say that. You're just like Betty. You think you know these people. You don't know anything about them and you don't know anything about their life. You were never in that home. You never spent no time with them. And I believe he called Chris dad too, by the way.
You say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, Mr. and Miss, anywhere else. I would love to know what he called Mr. Bower Socks, Miss Kathy, Mr. Terry. I would like to know, but I guarantee you.
What is wrong with that, though? If he did. My kids do that. They will call my good friend, they will call her Miss Cindy or Miss Bev. That's not disrespectful. That's not because they have to. They're just being taught the right way. Want to show people respect. Treat people with respect. You're acting like it's some kind of a crime or abuse or something.
He called him Mr. Chris because Chris
Oh, he called him
demanded
Dad.
respect.
Oh.
And you can take Smiley's words to the bank on that one.
Oh, Smiley, no, they can't. You don't know these people. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way, because I want my kids to talk to people with respect. Do y'all see?
It sure is a bullying tactic.
It
So
is
did he have
not.
anything to
Oh
do-
my God. Now it's a bullying tactic because you're teaching your kid to speak with respect. It's a bullying tactic. I don't bully mine, but my 6-year-old will call you Miss Hope or call you Miss Patricia.
with it? I don't know. But I guarantee you, yeah, he had cameras in the house. That may have been why the trash was heavy. That may have been why they were looking in the landfill, because they got word that maybe the lift that picked it up, because nobody picks them trash cans up out there with their hands. It's a lift that
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they still do. I'm sorry, but they do.
picks them up. Maybe they could tell by the lift that it was heavier. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Maybe it was from all you got to do. I've sat here and told y'all when the man was rewiring my house and everything about all that too. You can use scramblers, because I just asked him a question and was stunned what the hell he told me.
Oh, great. Now they're using
But we don't get into all
scramblers.
that technical shit today. I don't like that technical shit. But I guarantee you he had cameras in the house. The only thing they didn't talk about with Sebastian that day, of all the things, was bath. They didn't talk about a bath. Katie didn't talk about no bath when
Okay.
she got back.
Remember in the beginning when I started reviewing this just a little bit ago, I told you there was something that she's going to say. And if you were here when I reviewed her before, she harped on the fact, and she just would not, hey, Kelly, go lately. She just would not back down. She thought it was abuse that Katie did not give Sebastian a bath. He's 15. I'm sure he took his own showers. He's also a 15-year-old boy. And sometimes teenage boys, you have to make them go in and take a shower. It's just part of being a boy. But she's so hell-bent on Katie not giving this boy a bath like he was a 2-year-old.
Back from all them places, and you go to all them places and dirty and sweaty and stinky and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't they talk about, why didn't you want a clean bed and it's clean and immaculate as that house is what's been used?
He's a 15-year-old boy. And him taking a shower or not taking a shower is irrelevant as much as you're irrelevant in this case.
And as strict as everybody is, could something have happened in the tub?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Why was he?
Are you freaking serious? Are you really freaking serious, Slimy?
His phone on the kitchen counter. You usually take that phone with you no matter where you go.
Nope. Nope, that's not true. My children will not take their phone in their room. They did not allow the phones in the room. The phones were kept out at the table. Nothing wrong with that either. Hell, I don't even take my phone in my room.
A kid, usually, you're not going to let them take it in the bathroom, though.
Mm.
Especially as strict as they are about not wanting him online or something like that.
So why would they let him take it to his bedroom then, you dumb shit? Do you not realize what you just said? They're not going to let him take it to the bathroom because they don't want him online and stuff. But they're going to let him take it to his bedroom and shut the door so he can do whatever he wants on it. Does she understand how stupid she sounds?
So did he lay it down in the kitchen? If he would have went in his bedroom to sleep, he would have had his phone in the bedroom, in my opinion. Why are they not mentioning?
No, Scooter. There's no way my son was going to have me give him a bath at 15 years old. Just not happening.
The bath water. And he left with no shoes, supposedly, allegedly. But he didn't leave is the problem, in my opinion.
Where'd he go? He didn't leave. Lady, shut up. Shut all the way up. You don't have a clue what happened. None of us do. I have my own opinion. Does it matter in the case? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think he was lured out of that house. I've said it from day one. I think he went out to meet someone not thinking he was going to be gone that long. That's what I think. But, you know, what I think don't matter at the end of the day. Just like what you think. And you don't say it as what you think. You state it as fact. You're so hung up. Did you bath your kids at 15, 16 years old? Because if you did, I got questions. And teenage boys aren't known for showers, okay?
Now, Chris also said something else I was going through. Chris said,
well, yeah,
it was specifically
Fire,
asked.
that's, you know, I'm so sorry you had to even go through any of that, but, you know, look at there's reasons, like that, but, oh, I can't with this woman.
Chris said,
what did he say?
The dogs.
Uh-huh.
He said, when he's at work, Katie slips and let them little dogs sleep in that bed. She lets some dogs sleep in the bed. He loves it. She loves them. And that's okay, he said. But he said that night, he told her to get up and go to get in her bed and go put them dogs in their bed. Meaning in a cage.
Why do you think he did that? Because Chris prefers for them to be there and not be in bed with her where he knows that she's going to let the dogs be. You just answered that question for yourself, you dumb cow.
In there. That cage was in the kitchen. If you remember and you go look, you can see the cage in the kitchen.
Oh, my son would have flipped out if I'd have said, come on, Baker, I'm going to give you a shower. He'd have looked at me like I was nuts.
Does that mean he was home that night? I don't know. Jennifer, if that was you.
Yes, my son's name was Baker. It was unique and different. And I was in labor for 53 hours and 47 minutes with no food. And the only commercials in the labor room, 40-something years ago, was Betty Crocker chocolate cake commercials. And, I never did get that freaking chocolate cake, but I wanted that thing so damn bad. And everybody was arguing over his name. So I said, that's it. Baker.
I done explained that. And I'm not being rude, but I'm not in no fucking spelling contest. And I'm not going to do that again because if it was in that short you're talking about, I didn't spell that, honey. That was somebody else. I said, Sebastian was spelled just like you spelled it. If that was you, I didn't do that. I didn't make that video. Thank you.
Oh, my Lord.
We're here for Sebastian, and it should all be the same goal, not who's going to school and who's not, but whatever. I think reading's a lot more important than spelling because you should be able to read misspelled shit, actually. Upside
Exactly,
down shit,
Miss
round and round
Green.
shit. Just saying.
Drama punks, you came here just to see the eyebrows? They're bad. Hey, I suck at eyebrows. But Rowena, I'm going to go get mine done tomorrow. Thank you, Rowena. I haven't done them in a long time. I got thick, bushy eyebrows. They're thick brows. But them, she just shaves them off and draws them on with a pencil. But she's not good at it. She's not good at it. She really shouldn't do it. I want to fix that eyebrow so damn bad.
But he left with no shoes. And I asked her, Katie, when she was on my panel, I said, because I knew about the slippers.
Oh,
I know
trust and believe they regret ever going on your panel.
about the slippers. All the shoes were accounted for. So I asked her, I said, was the slippers at the front door too? You know, the ones he always takes the garbage out with. And she said, yes. So they were accounted for too. So I don't know. I just don't know. But in my opinion, she knows where Sebastian is. But
if you're for Sebastian and you care about Sebastian, then
when
quit making up stuff about his mother, who he loves very much. And whether you want to believe it or not, he loves Chris too. But do you think this is what Sebastian wants to hear from you people?
That night, on Sunday night, she needs to come clean because Chris said very specifically, Chris said,
oh no, we've had fun with the eyebrows, Trauma Punks. We've had fun with it. I mean, this isn't even the worst shocking time I've reviewed her, and her brows were crazy.
him and Katie was on the phone, and he got specific. 9:43 or 9:46 p.m. is when the phone started, the phone call.
Yeah, I see
and
something
he and
say
Katie
something.
started to, or
you
Katie,
know what they say, people in glass houses. And she's got enough of her own shit to be worrying about.
He said Katie started to fall asleep while she was laying on the couch.
Exactly,
He
Jessica.
told her to get up and to go to bed, and she needed to put the dogs up and go to bed. Now, I found that odd with that statement, considering he said only
spot on, Southern Mimi.
When he's home, the dogs go in their cage or whatever in their bed. Again, does that mean he was home? Or was that just a slip of the tongue?
Descriptive words for this one. But Smiley is not one of them, even way at the bottom.
An accident. I don't know.
His name is misspelled in her title? Get out. I mean, I suck at spelling too, but I always correct. Oh, it sure is. But, Smiley. Slimy slime.
I caught a few other things. You know, like also in my interview, I asked him about the windows because I was meaning, of course, he can't read my mind. Interview. I asked him, you know, like also in my interview, I asked him about the windows because I was meaning, of course, he can't read my mind, but what I was meaning was,
but you can.
Not only was the windows secure, like, but do you think Sebastian could have climbed out a window? That's what he was thinking. I was thinking, could somebody have climbed in Sebastian's window or anything like that, and then they went out a window, or could they have went out? Somebody climbed in a window and then they went out front door or back door or whatever, something unusual.
Huh?
But
okay, so you think someone climbed in the window and then walked out the front door? Slimy.
He stopped me in the middle of that, and he told me that all the windows was secure. I tried to cover everything.
I'm right with you, Trauma Punks. I don't get it. I don't get it with the Bettys. I don't get it with this one. I just don't get it.
He said all the windows was secure. He said, but if he would have went out the window, we would have heard him. We would have heard him because he would have fell in some bushes or something, and we would have heard him. Who's we? Katie and you? But I didn't say anything. I just let him keep on. So he said we a lot. He said we a lot. On Duchess, she was asked, were you asleep at 10? And she says yes. Then Chris has to jump in.
What Chris said was that she does let the dog sleep with her. Never once did he say they always sleep in there. I know.
Transparent and fix the story. Yeah, they can't get their story straight.
In order to read, it's usually necessary to be able to spell, you dimwit.
One, if Chris wasn't there, how would he know anything?
On Duchess, she was asked, were you asleep at 10? And she says yes. Then Chris has to jump in and be transparent and fix the story. He wasn't fixing anything. She was dozing on and off. I did it many times when my husband worked out of state and we would talk for hours on the phone.
I mean, I'm just trying to use common sense, Judy.
Heck, my husband
I
would
have
do
a good
it.
as chance to know what was going on in that house that night, and I don't even know these people as Chris does if he was not there. Whispering Winds has as good a chance knowing what was going on in that house that night, and she don't know them people as Chris does because
2 days, no cover charge, playing catch up.
he was not there. And so does Mama Bear and Amanda Jane and everybody else in this chat.
Well, Kim, I'm sorry your kids had to go through that.
So any one of us Katie could have called and said, call the cops, and we could have did the same thing. Any one of us know just about what went on in that house. You just got to use common sense. And that's the God's honest truth. If Chris wasn't there, he don't know no more than I do.
Wow.
Only he knows Sebastian.
You're wrong, because that's his wife, and they clearly communicate with each other and talk to each other, like most married couples do. So he would actually know a lot more than you, because he was talking to his wife.
Because it's his stepson.
Hey, Ava.
He knows his name. Hell, I asked him, I said, Chris, did you ever think for 1 minute at any time that Katie could have, driving home on your little 3-hour drive, that Katie could have anything that she was being untruthful to you about? Nope, not ever. Nope, that was too fast. Because
no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Why would he think that she would be lying to him? Lying wasn't something apparently they did to each other. So why would he immediately think she was lying about something? Just because your mind would go there.
That's not natural. Bullshit.
Yeah, no common sense.
It's time she come clean.
Come clean about
And
what?
if he don't, by any chance, know about this, I mean, by some miracle, he don't know about this, Katie, you're really going to be all by yourself then, even when you're behind
Yeah,
bars.
I'll tell you how many views she got on this. This was, let me see. She got 1,896 views on this. It was streamed 9 hours ago. Before my dad and stepmom finally tied the knot, they were on the phone for hours or FaceTime in the morning and evenings. For then, we were in Colorado and she was still in Utah. Yeah, it's not. They act like it's some, Betty's another one. Can you see how many? Yeah, Betty's another one that thinks it was bullshit that they were on the phone. It's not, and it's not nothing unusual. His house, he knows both their behaviors. Thank you, Ava.
But she was laying on the couch and he told her to get up and go to bed, and she needed to put the dogs up and go to bed. I did find that statement odd. And in another interview, he said,
what is so odd about it?
When he was at work, Katie slept with the dogs, and that was okay with him. He let her sleep with the dogs. If he was at home, they would go.
If he would have delayed even a couple seconds answering the questions, then it would have been he was thinking of a lie to tell. They can't win for losing. You're right. They're damned if they do and damned if they don't. They can't win for losing. Exactly. There's no way that, yeah, for Chris to believe that a missing child would help his custody issues. Yeah, no. They don't get, they had more to lose. And if the situation is like they said, and Katie just didn't want to take care of him anymore, then why was she not 100% on board with him going to live with his father? They shoot their own theories out. That's silly. We do that every night. Yeah.
So again, my question is, was that a slip of a tongue, or was he home? Now,
don't you just love when people assume to know what's going on in someone's house, even though they know nothing? Also, the people who assume to know usually have logic like no one else. They go to the worst. Yep. And be them 3 hours away or 8 hours away from each other. Heck, Mom used to text me and was upstairs to bring her a bottle of water. She was in her sewing room in the basement. Maybe the last day scenario was Katie grieving her son going to his dad's. Well, regardless of it, he was going for his visit for the part of the summer that Seth gets him. That was coming up when school let out. So, they're idiots. They don't think about what they're doing. They're saying.
They may run all night up there, but Bullhorn Betty did go up there. I just saw the video today. She was standing in front of that place at St. Jude's, and it's a short. And if I go back and find it, I'll put it up. And the workers said they did not start them cranes until 7 a.m.
No, the workers did not. She did not get out of her car, and she did not go inside the construction site. It's what she said she saw 5 months later. There's different phases on construction sites. She was 5 months late. Not to mention the time change, the weather change. Oh, God.
Because of the noise.
Of course she watches
at the hospital and at the neighborhood. But people was working. They were walking past. The cranes was lit up, but the people only worked inside. Yes, they were there at 5 or 5:30.
Yeah. Do you know that there's stuff you do when you get there before you go up into that crane? There's safety meetings. There's project meetings. There's all kind of stuff that got to be done before you climb up in that crane. You idiots. And again, it was 5 months later.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Sapient Purewood.
I don't know. Chris said everybody at Sumner County and TBI has checked his phone records. I also always thought the phone thing was very strange, being on the phone that long. But
exactly, Southern Mimi. They don't call that into question. The only person that has changed up the facts in his story is Seth about the internet. Multiple times. First it was, no, he did not. Then it was he had limited. Then it was he had free reign and was left by himself 12, 13 hours for the night that he had him. So, yes, stop, man.
Me straight up. I love my husband. Well, I love my husband too, but I ain't going to sit on the damn phone with him for 3 hours a night. Now,
I did when my husband worked out of town. Nothing unusual about that. I guess the difference in relationship, huh?
I don't give a damn if he goes out of town or not. My husband's been out of town.
But I tell you what, I never had to write a letter to the judge and lie and say, I have to be able to talk about Summer Wells.
For work. Hell, one time he had to go 6 weeks at a time, come back home, did the same thing again. But you know what? I didn't stay on no phone for 3 freaking hours. But, to each his own. To each his own.
If it was to each his own, you wouldn't be harping on it. And what is your hang up about showers and baths? You have a serious issue with that stuff. Because since I've been covering you, you talk about that a lot.
Maybe she's worried about the little Texas Roadhouse visits he was up there in. Maybe people gave her calls about that. when he was up there getting the sweet tea. He was trying to get some
Probably
sweet something
see
else.
something, say
I'm just
something.
saying. I don't know. Now, Chris says mom wakes up next morning. This is on the 26th now, and calls him and says she can't
See,
find
Risa,
him.
thank you.
And he says, "What? I
It
can't
is a
find."
creepy issue. She is so hell bent on and pissed off because Katie didn't say that she gave that boy a bath. Well, number one, she wouldn't give him one. He's 15. Okay. Number two, it's not an issue. It's not, it's nobody's, his bathing schedule has nothing to do with it.
Find him.
I'm telling you, because my mom stayed on the phone with my stepdad for hours when he was out of town working. Yeah, I did too.
What?
What?
Okay, hold on. Let me call the sheriff's department.
Uh-oh, here we go.
She's on mute. Supposedly she's driving around looking, and they say they'll be there within 10 minutes. He then tells everyone they have been cleared. No, they haven't. No, they haven't. I also put up a video of the sheriff saying nobody's been cleared of anything.
I've heard Chris say that they haven't been cleared.
That's
There's
in one of my
that.
shorts today.
Mm,
Chris says, I've been cleared. Sheriff says, nope, nobody's been cleared.
no.
When in fact, to this day, no one has been cleared of anything, and nobody, in
A
all
lot of
fairness,
people
has
feel
been.
that way. See something, say something. A lot do. We've seen how the situation is. Imagine, and I've heard Seth himself say that when Sebastian was young, he would tell him that mom don't love me anymore. That kid was in the middle. Seth would not let go. And if he couldn't have her, he wanted his revenge. That's clear. That's clear as anything. It must have been hard for him. It must have been hard for him. And come on, there's a reason. Think about it. There's a reason why Chris had to be the go-between with Katie and Seth. And if his behavior, his actions hasn't shown people that, I don't know what will. But I would imagine he was not easy to deal with for her. And he fought her all the way on everything.
Called a suspect
That's
either.
just my opinion.
How can you be cleared when you haven't even been called a suspect? Suspect of what? Hell, they don't even know what's going on. To be fair about everything, let's be real.
Yeah.
Seth then said, I think on court TV, that I might be wrong, that Katie, I might be wrong, that Katie might be, that it's court TV. That's what I might be wrong about. It might be another channel. I don't know. But he said Katie, he didn't think was a good mom. Was he just pissed off at it? I don't know. But he said that this was the third time something happened on her watch. That's when it come out too, that she let Sebastian get essayed, and that's when it come out.
Oh, she did not let him. You stupid dumb twit. How could she have let him? No parent lets that happen. He was a child, a 7-8-year-old child, and so was the other kid involved. She didn't let it happen. Stop it. And Seth, shame on you for even putting that stuff out there.
Out that the guy from prison, the SO, she let around her, and Chris let around Sebastian. That's when things started getting all sour and going all crazy on YouTube as well. He was asked, does he think Katie was a good mom? And he said no.
Good question, Patricia.
I think it
Good
upset
question.
YouTube, and it upset probably
That's
the whole
why
world.
I truly believe that's a good question, Patricia. And I truly believe that law enforcement has more than they're telling us.
That was watching, and I think, no, it might have been Pascal. I just sat here and watched it a while ago. It was on court TV. I'm not sure if it was the court TV news station, but by God, it was on the damn news station I just watched less than an hour ago. Now, Pascal might have showed it, but I'm telling you what it was on. And it was the girl with dark brown long hair. That don't look like Pascal to me. And in fact, I think I put it on my shorts in my short videos. I think I posted it.
Well,
I
you
put a lot
think
of
you're
shorts out today.
something. Do you have a life outside of YouTube? I'm just curious. Because you really think you're something. You're really full of it.
But anyway, that's where a lot of stuff come out at.
I don't
And
do a lot of shorts, but I do need to get better at it. I just never have time.
things started just getting crazy. Things started getting crazy. Yeah. Now there was a I got that somewhere. Lord God, there was a call, the 911 or the police call when the sheriffs got there or the cops got there, and it was telling where, because they were saying he was not a runner, but yet it says one time before he ran and he got under a neighbor's car. Sure did, Hoop 3.
I believe that was rumor.
Sure did. Oh, Katie's telling people that wasn't Sebastian. Nope.
It was gossip. It was a rumor from JLR's Facebook page. Not factual.
Go figure that. Go figure that. Hey, Tennessee Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
If you are the one that calls Ellie on the freeway, how can you be on the phone with them most of the time? You know what? I don't know, and I don't even know why Ellie would not want to speak directly to the mom or the person that was there. But again, we all know what was said about they know people there, so that's all I'm gonna go there. The sister and Sebastian could have got
again rumors from the Facebook groups.
A neighbor's vehicle, and they didn't know, just to cover that narrative. It could have been. Could have been.
How do you drink warm soda? Yeah, gross.
When he gets upset, he goes towards White House dispatch call. Yep, that's what the dispatch call said. No way in hell would I let my child's other parent keep failing.
No, what she did is she was looking for him. She thought maybe he went ahead to the school or something. She was hysterical. She woke up, her kid's missing. She went to see if he was headed toward the school or to, walking in the neighborhood. That's all it was.
All 3 times without taking full custody. Right. Hello, Diana.
And she wasn't gone long enough to have done anything.
Welcome. Thank you, Veta. You don't have to thank me for that at all. At all. I was covering it. I was covering him in the beginning, and it just got a little crazy and wild, and I just didn't feel right. I'm just like, I'm just going to take a break from it because it's got out of hand. And, I just don't feel right when stuff gets out of hand and stuff is put out and stuff like that. And I'm like, I just got to take a break from it.
Yeah, they don't want to remember that. See something, say something. That there's been no other law enforcement involvement at that residence. They don't want to acknowledge that. It doesn't fit their narrative.
It's just not right, and it's just not. But it's not right not to either, because
you're right.
At least some, because Sebastian needs to be got out however he can get out. He needs to be brought back. He needs to be found. It's sad. And it's sad. And I still watch all these people, and I still listen in the backgrounds, whether I go in the chats or not.
They can't. See, they forget the stuff they say. They're all saying that the neighborhood never even knew Sebastian was there, but then they turn around and say neighbors had firsthand sightings and all of this. That neighbor call with the pressure washer, I know exactly who that was. He was a sub of mine. He actually had a wrench briefly. He's been on YouTube streets for quite a while. It was Mark W. As soon as I heard that voice, I knew exactly who that was, because I spoke to him on the phone. I don't know if Mark W is his real name. That's the name he went by on the YouTube streets.
And there's some doing great jobs, in my opinion. And
to this day, Brooks runs with that. She still runs with that, saying it was a legit neighbor and it was legit information.
There's some.
Chris don't even have a pressure washer.
That just put out blatant ass lies just to be putting them out. And
yeah,
like,
you.
Like, hold up. And then you kind of go to them in private, or you go to them and they're just like, they'll put out 3 more videos, and it's like, okay, you know, happy birthday, Coco. And it's like, this is just not right. And yes, Brenda, we are Sebastian Strong. Y'all put them green hearts in there.
Anybody coming in, do me a favor, please hit that like so we can get their video in that algorithm. If you're not subbed up, please consider subbing up. I am so close to 3K. Yeah, she did pay alimony. Yeah, also got his car paid for. Yeah.
And it's like, then you got to go pull something up, approve it, or post it because you like these people.
How he was able to move there. Chris is the one that got on him and encouraged him to get that job. It was like a third child.
And you don't want to, you know, I'm not like them. You don't want to, and not this particular person, but you don't want to call their name out or drag them or anything. I don't want to do that. Sebastian don't deserve all that. I just want to point out that, you know, this is not true or whatever. And see, the truth, I mean, the lies is not getting him, going to help him. It's not. And he is not this show. He is not this, whatever. He is a little young man that needs to be found and brought back. And he needs the attention. He needs the attention.
Thank you.
Not me, not any of these creators, not anybody else. Sebastian.
Yeah, she's not like them, according to her.
In my opinion, his teacher was the only one who tried to get him help. All the other adults themselves. Yes, exactly. And then you got that. And then
by Chris's words, let me tell you something. The CPS call for Seth had nothing to do with Chris. So how was that by Chris's words? Also, I can't. I can't.
Who in hell? I mean, the teacher tried to get him help, tried to listen, and then that was a whole nother debacle thing. And then he probably felt like he can't trust anybody. The DCF or CPS, whatever they call it there, didn't do anything. And so what use is it telling his teacher? And the teacher didn't have no control over that. Can you imagine how that made him feel?
Oh my God. That was not the situation at all. Slimey. That was okay. Oh, wow.
Katie lauded what Dad said was on her first on-camera interview. Now, suddenly he's the worst. No, nobody's saying Seth is the worst person. No, in my opinion, they've all done things wrong. But to me, after Seth, listen, here's the way that goes. This is the way I see it. After Seth come out and told the truth about Katie, what did Katie do? Katie retaliated. Katie turned around.
What truth? What truth did he tell about Katie? Because it wasn't Katie's fault what happened to Sebastian. And you idiots need to quit saying she allowed it to happen. Because she didn't. What truth did he put out there? Because that wasn't true. And he should have never talked about that anyway. That was Sebastian's story to tell if he wanted it out there. Not Seth's. It's not Seth's story to tell about Katie's issues, medical issues, or pregnancies either. Which, you know, if you do the math, she wasn't 18. She was under 18. Y'all don't know how to do the math, though, do you?
She wasn't thinking about her son then. Her son is missing. Katie turned around and brought out Seth's bullshit. Now, how'd that help her son?
No, she didn't. They have never went after Seth. All she did when he put out that stuff about what happened to Sebastian is correct the misinformation he was putting out. She still did not slam Seth. Seth misled everybody. Sebastian did receive help. He was in counseling. Seth just didn't think anything. Anything that Katie would set up, Seth would fight against. They never, ever went after Seth. Should have. I don't think I could have been as held back as they were, but I get why they didn't. I just don't think I could have did it after all the stuff he said.
Okay, and then it was tit for tat, tit for tat. Okay, that's all that was. Listen, nobody gives a damn, honestly. Nobody gives. Where is Sebastian? Where is Sebastian? All that is water under the bridge. What, 15, 16 years ago, I don't know. None of it's right. It's all wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Kindly opinionated.
Period. You know, all of them's wrong.
Yeah, they did.
But here's the
And Chris
difference.
even said they didn't hold him to no visitation agreement. It was pretty much open. They allowed him whatever time. They were very supportive. They helped to move him there. They financed the move. Chris is the one who got him to finally get off his butt and get a job and to stick with it because he wanted to quit. And he called Chris. So, yeah, yeah.
Katie and Chris ain't done a damn thing to look for Sebastian.
Oh, but they have. They're just not out here bragging to everybody, misleading everybody, telling everybody they've been looking when in fact they haven't searched since before Easter until recently. Yeah, there's that. How do you think the flyers got all over the Walmarts? They put up flyers. God forbid you guys tore them apart because they sat down to have something to eat. Chris made signs and put them up. He wasn't taking signs down. He was actually putting them up. But you guys who never had no proof, so don't know he was ripping them down. Wrong. They also contributed a nice chunk to billboards. Katie was working with other companies to get his flyers out all over the place. So yeah, see, there is things that you don't know about because you don't care to know about. It doesn't fit your narrative. Can I ask you what Seth has done? Because before Easter, until recently, what exactly did he do? And the only time he did search is when JLR was there and could record it. The same thing he's doing with Tony.
And look, I'm not even as hard on Chris as I am Katie because that's her child. But she again
Yeah, he
is putting her man before. Listen to this. I said on my porch the other night.
Exactly.
I'm
They're
500
not
miles
out here. That is why law enforcement communicates with Chris and Katie because they are working with law enforcement. They are not out here running their mouths.
Wait, and looked up at my damn green light. And I'm sitting here thinking, thank you, Millie, honey.
Hey, JJ.
Somebody got a membership. I don't know because I can't tell, but Millie gave it to you. Thank you. I looked at my green light. And I'm
I
sitting there
can't
staring.
believe I'm on YouTube in the middle of the freaking night. I've got to be crazy.
And I'm like, here we are. You know, I did this because I wanted to put a green light up after on my front and my back. Even my husband said, why do you need one on the back? I said, because I just want it. Just because. My point of the matter is, when the news first came out down there, they asked everybody, put a green light. Maybe that green light wouldn't do nothing, but put a green light up. That was his favorite color. Put a green light up. And if he has autism, but if he can get back, you know, they were afraid he couldn't get back with help because he was autistic. But look, if he can get back and he sees a green light on the porch, maybe that will help him. I don't expect him to be here 500 miles away, but it's just the point. It's just the point. Okay.
My Lord.
But I was
so
thinking,
because they don't have a green light bulb in outside, they're guilty. Okay.
as I was looking up, and I'm like, I don't know if y'all can see this. I'll put a video up of it. I don't know if y'all can see this. I don't know if it's that green.
Yeah, I know they did. Yeah, they made a nice donation to the billboards. He paid for signs and he also made signs. Exactly. Also sent Walmart corporate. Yeah, I know. They've done all kind of things. Seth has refused to help with any of the billboards or anything else. They did it out of their own pockets. They don't have a GoFundMe. They don't have cash apps being flown around everywhere.
But my first thought was, you know, my first damn thought
the
was,
agreement was there was to be no GoFundMe. And then Seth and his sister went and did one anyway.
See, Smiley.
On day three, you sort of GoFundMe for your living expenses? What? Day 3? Really?
It's kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, and a lot of HOAs won't allow different color lights. You're right, JJ.
I don't know if it's really crazy or not, but I thought.
Yeah, he did refuse.
His own mother, his blood, his mother, right there on Stafford Court, could not be bothered with putting, or somebody for her mother-in-law. Nobody could go to his mother, his home, his own house, and put a green light bulb. You know,
Slimey. What if they have a HOA? A lot of HOAs won't allow you to do that. And them having a green light bulb don't mean jack shit. It don't mean jack shit.
The lights that stay on at their house all the time, except for the night he went missing, there was no lights on. Nobody could put a green light
Yeah, it was
bulb
day 3. Yeah.
at his home. So every light in the house wasn't on for him that night. But
He
anyway,
said, but I didn't set it up. My sister did. Well, then but yet his sister okayed it with him before she did it. And all he had to do was shut it down. But he never did until it reached over $26,000. And that's just to GoFundMe. Just think about all the cash apps for all these months.
couldn't put a green light bulb on.
I know people were sending him, some people were sending him $250 a week to help pay his rent because he let everybody think he wasn't working because his son was missing. And that's not the case either. And he also was being paid still.
On for Sebastian, his favorite color. Do you know how many of us could around the damn world? There's many of us that did and still have
But
it.
I'm not saying he did anything. You know, there's no proof or no evidence that the parents had anything to do with Sebastian being missing. There isn't. And that's where I still try to give him some type of grace. It's really hard. It really is hard. But at the end of the day, it is his son that's missing. And really, what I would like to see happen, I would like to see all this stop and them come together for Sebastian and put Sebastian in the forefront where he should be. That's what I would like to see happen. And bring Sebastian home safe and sound. Yeah, supposedly, allegedly, he did, Saint.
But not his mama. Why? Why
Why what?
is the question. I guess because they up and left one.
Okay. They didn't just up and leave. You know, bills don't stop. You have to go back to work eventually. They had been receiving threats. They have been stalked, harassed, threatened. Yeah, that's really sad. But she had to leave her home for safety issues. That's really pathetic that people like you putting out this shit was part of that.
And you don't look for something or someone where you know where it or they are, right?
No, they're working hand in hand with law enforcement and they are doing things. You people just can't handle it because they're not out here saying, pat me on the back. I did this. Pat me on the back. I did that. Oh, film me doing all this.
You don't. It's very sad.
Very sad.
It's very sad. It's very sad. Hold on just a minute. Now I gotta let my dog in. I don't want the door killing me today. Kill it for something that's not missing. And I think it's just all sad. Let's see. Something else I want to tell you. Yes. And TBI has been working with them since day one. I cannot stress that enough. Seth tried to get FBI to take over. Okay. They even said themselves, no, they cannot take over. They have been in the shadows too. FBI has been in the shadows, but they feel something.
That's nothing new. There's been multiple agencies involved since day one. We all know that.
County is best in charge, and also FBI is there. They have spoke before, and they have said they cannot, and this is the same with TBI, FBI or TBI, and this is coming directly from FBI, that they cannot just take over. Neither TBI can just take over. In order for FBI to take over the case, they have to be requested by either Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the District Attorney's Office. Neither has requested them, and they said that Sumner County is doing a good job, in their opinion, and that's what they're saying. And they encourage anyone to call with information about Sebastian, They're asked to call Sumner County 615-452-2616 or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND. They will check the tips, and they don't want this case to go cold. And as long as you keep the tips coming in and you keep Sebastian's name and face out there, it is not going to go cold. So share the flyers, and don't forget to say his name. And this case is not going to go cold. Hey, Daniel Berry. Happy
Don't tell Betty that, because she already says it's a cold case.
Monday.
In fact, that's part of the reason they're going there, to do this protest that's now just a meeting to have cake and drinks outside a police station. So they can demand, as Betty said, demand. And don't worry, TikTokers, I recorded you tonight. I heard what you said, and you're wrong. Betty has stated they are demanding that Seth be cleared so Cold Case Foundation will help him, which they won't at this stage. And they are demanding law enforcement do their job and do forensics and all this other stuff. So, yeah.
And it won't go cold as long as there's tips coming in, and as long as that happens. That just like I spoke in Summer Wells a couple months back, and it was on record.
Lord.
As long as the tips are coming in, it's not a cold case. It's not going cold. But this is about your son, Katie. Your son. You need to come clean, or you need to start doing something. You need to start promoting awareness about your son. What is your problem that you can't promote?
What is your problem that you're too stupid to see what she's doing? Because you're a tunnel rat. You're just like Betty. You're stuck in that tunnel with no way out. You're a tunnel rat. You refuse to see what's right in front of your face.
Awareness for your son. You know, that's the thing. At least in an interview, she said, I don't even go on the internet anymore. Okay, we don't care if you go on the internet anymore or not.
But that was
But at
all
least-
planned because he worked in Alaska. That was already all planned. That's what I mean. They don't.
Chris said he does. What does that say? What does that say?
What does what say?
Nobody really gives a shit if you go on the internet or not. But we do care if you look for your son. We do care if you advocate for your son.
Oh, yes, you
What-
guys do. You guys rip him apart anytime he's been anywhere. But you never rip Seth apart for the umpteen thousand panels and chats he's in and on. Come on, he mods for Bullhorn Betty and Brittany J.
What are you doing for your son? I feel, do you think followers true crimes?
That's
can
what
have
I've
been
always called them, because they're like tunnel rats. They can't see anything. They can't. They refuse to. God himself could come down and tell these people, and they still wouldn't believe it. They still wouldn't see it.
Yes, I feel they've been coached. Absolutely.
They've been
I do.
coached. Oh my Lord, who's coaching them?
Where is that one I seen? Do I feel they're building a case behind the scenes? I don't know who asked that, but I saw that. I don't know who asked that, and I apologize, but I did see it. And I do feel they have some, I feel, yes, let me just say, short answer, yes. Yes, in my opinion. They have things that they're not going to tell us. They're not going to tell Chris and Katie, and they're not going to tell Seth. And they do have some things. What they are, I don't know.
Her numbers have dropped.
They don't have
Ooh.
enough. They don't have enough, but I do feel that they have some things that they're keeping close to their vest.
Well,
Thank you, DNA.
of course they do, you dumb twat. It's an active, open investigation. It's not a crime. It's not been declared a criminal investigation. There is no crime scene. There is no evidence of foul play that law enforcement has shared with everybody. In fact, they said there isn't. But of course they do. They're not going to tell us everything. Why would they? God, you people.
It was you. I'm sorry, it went up too fast. I couldn't see it. Mostly identical. There is a lot of similarities.
Listen to this. These people in her chat, I don't know who's worse, her or her chat. What I think, the Proud Feet, and say their name right. Don't be a disrespectful asshole. Their name is Proudfoot. Researched Summer Wells case and took notes. I found 24 similarities between the cases, almost identical. Well, then you got to be a dumb twat tunnel rat as well. Because the only thing similar in these cases is that there's kids missing and they're in Tennessee. That's it. One was a toddler, one's a teenager. Totally different home lives, totally different everything. Dumb twats.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, yeah, it just went up real fast. But yeah, I don't know. It's just wild. And then it's wild because you hear tales of Katie never wanted kids. I mean, is that true? I don't know.
Okay. I'm doing the Just Say No to Bullhorn t-shirts. Okay. And I'm getting the final thing approved. And the Betty's hater bus. Now I'm going to do a tunnel rat.
Yeah, she needs to help do something. Do something, please.
And the t-shirts will be under $20, by the way.
She's worried about, does anybody own her or
Just
whatever. Well, maybe
she
if she did something,
charges.
Nobody's trying to be mean. It ain't about you, Katie.
What? It ain't about her? You haven't stopped talking about her. How long we been at this? You haven't stopped talking about her. You've made it all about her. What do you mean?
Yeah. They all got to get cleared. But even Seth said, as nobody's cleared until the investigation is over. Well, they're still in.
Chris has said that as well. That they're not cleared. By the way.
Investigating.
And,
No.
And no offense, Smiley, but you should wear darker frame glasses because those ones, being so light, they wash out. But, just a little tip. I really shouldn't say nothing. I wear dollar store glasses, because I'm just too cheap and too lazy to go to the damn eye doctor. One of these days I'll get there. But, yeah, when you're fair skinned like that, yeah, light glasses, no, you need a darker glass, a darker frame. Yeah. Can I please fix that eyebrow? It's driving me fucking crazy. I'm really sorry to concentrate on that. But girl, your eyes, go back to the mirror. Take it off when we draw it on.
Christina, I'm from there. They want to have a body, but they can prosecute without a body.
Oh, gosh.
They absolutely can. And they have. Absolutely.
Yeah. I still want to keep them, people, money's tight for everybody. And I'm doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, then get fixed. And that's the problem. She never got.
But Just Say No to Bullhorns turned out pretty cool. So did the hater bus. Betty's hater bus. That turned out pretty cool.
She just did otherwise. That's all I'm going to say to that. I'm not even going to be. Never mind.
It's just a cartoonish bullhorn with the no symbol over it. And it says, just say no to bullhorns.
Let's see. Something else I want to talk about. I want to try to get it all in today because
I wanted to put her face. And I could have. But Betty would have tried to cause problems over that. So I settled for the bullhorn. Of course, I sought legal advice, because unlike her, I actually don't like suing. And yeah, so it was just better.
Got it again.
But I'm doing a tunnel rat. Oh God, what's she doing now?
Yes. Oh, I guess that was all. I was just double checking. So again, I just wanted to make sure. And again,
make sure what? What's she making sure? Did you lose your notes?
Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Have you seen me? Back from my understanding, she's back home safely.
It's none of your business.
Which is I'm very glad about that.
She was never in danger. She was well cared for, and you could tell the child loved Katie. and very comfortable with Katie. That was evident in the pictures. You idiots had them stocked so you could get.
Thank you, ICU.
You like your cricket? Oh, I've always wanted one, but never got one. Yeah, it is so ignorant. She's very ignorant.
Yep. So, hey, Fun to Ski. Yep. So, yeah, if you have information, please, please, please call it in. Please call it in to TBI, or here's the number to Sumner County. And, just keep talking about him. Just keep.
Yeah, I do. I buy Dollar General. Yep, me too. I'm terrible with glasses. My little girl, that girl holds on to her glasses. She don't break nothing. I lecture her about hers, and then I get a lecture from her about mine.
Doing what you can,
And
what
she
you
don't
think's
never break
best.
any.
Nothing is too, nothing is too silly. Keep his name and face out there, and share. Share. Do whatever you can, and
just don't get on here and attack the parents and blame the mom for doing stuff and pulling a BHB and calling them murmurers and everything else. That's what you don't do. That's not supporting the child.
that's all we can do. That's all we can do.
Now, what you can do is not attack his parents with lies and false allegations and fake facts.
But I just wanted to come on here for a bit. I got to thinking about it again. I shared a lot of clips today, and I'm going to still be looking for some.
Me too. I'm ready to end it, Hope. It is 3 o'clock. I can't believe I'm on YouTube at 3 o'clock in the morning. First time ever. But yeah, I can't take much more Slimy. She's done anyway. Yeah, that was a lot. Oh my God, all this time I didn't even have my banner on. But it is fair use and it is covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. And it says that I can use this for entertainment purposes, educational purposes, and or commentary and criticism. Yeah, take your pick. And it says a bunch of other stuff, but if you want to read it, go ahead and read it because I'm not reading it all out to you. But yeah. Anyway, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me all this time. I couldn't sleep, so I guess I figured nobody should sleep. But well, thank you, Southern Mimi. Thank you for coming in. I hope you come back. I am making a shirt for my daughter getting married. Oh, congratulations. It says living my best engaged life. Oh, that's so sweet. My other daughter is closing on her house. Oh, and I'm making her, I said yes to the address. Oh, that is so cool. Very creative. Well, Hope, thank you so much. And thank you for hanging out with me and being such a good mod. But yeah, I'll be on tomorrow because we are going to go through those emails. Oh boy. And then we got some TikTok drama with Tony and his crew. And Brooks' crime lies. Yeah, and we're going to peek on Mama D too. Yeah. But thank you everybody for hanging out with me so long. Thank you, mods. Thank you for the super chats and the memberships. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you. She will get married one day, and I said yes to the dress shirt. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you're an awesome mom. Yes, please click that like and sub up. Thank you, Starry Night. But I will see you people on the YouTube streets. Y'all go out there and behave. Have some fun. Night all. Thank you.